browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Hey, it's Doc Thompson. Got the new show on MoJo 5-0 coming up. Hopefully you'll join us for that. And as a regular feature, my good friend, my life partner, Chef Patrick Mosier. I mean that in a food sort of way.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You'll be joining us on the broadcast as well?
Absolutely. Every day that you ask me to.
Talking food and business and prostitutes, right? Because you're the food biz pro, and that's what the pro's for.
It's all about cocaine and hookers.
It's all about cocaine and hookers until somebody gets arrested. And then it's about the legal system. And, well, you get the point. We'll be talking food and food trends.
The mothership has landed.
Can you really talk about food for 24 hours a day?
I could, but even I don't want to listen to myself talk about food for 24 hours. So we will have
somebody will.
Someone will be on the air 24 hours a day talking food, fun, travel, culture, and more than anything, food.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's neverforgottenapparel.com.
The mothership has landed.
An important decision has been made. I've decided to share something with you. An important decision has been made. I, Doc Thompson, will not appear in any Super Bowl commercials. I will not be in a single one.
Have you been asked to be in a?
I'm sorry. What's that?
Have you been asked to be in any commercials?
No, not a one.
Well, then.
But I'm not going to be in one.
Well, that doesn't.
This is part of my protest. I will not be in any Super Bowl commercial.
That's kind of a moot point. If you
but it's working for Amy Schumer right now. It might as well work for me as well.
You know,
by the way, I've decided I'm not going to play in the Super Bowl either. I will not be on any Super Bowl team this year. This is part of my protest.
You have not been most likely asked
to play
in the Super Bowl. So.
I also do not have the skills.
No.
To even play in any NFL team, not even a semi-pro, not even a college team. None of that stuff. I am also not going to buy any Super Bowl team. This is part of my protest, that I will not buy a single team.
You couldn't afford the shoelaces for the team.
No, I have no money, no.
So what?
But just to be clear,
I don't.
Given the opportunity, I would do all of those.
Okay.
If anyone calls and wants me to be in a Super Bowl commercial,
right,
I will be in a Super Bowl commercial.
That's fair.
I'm willing to do it for money, of course, or just the exposure and promotion.
No one's going to offer.
No, they're
money,
not. They're not, and that is the reason I would not be in any Super Bowl commercial.
Okay.
And if they want me to play, I would absolutely be willing to play for the money or exposure to promote this little.
You realize you'd die if you went into one of the games.
I'm willing to roll the dice. I'm willing to roll the dice. Yeah.
All right.
And if I had the money, or if someone wants to give me a Super Bowl team really cheap, I'm willing to do that as well.
Is your life insurance paid up, just in case? I mean, just in case they call.
But just so you know, I will not be in any Super Bowl commercial.
Well,
I will not play in the Super Bowl. I want nothing to do with the NFL unless I can make money off of it. And then I'm in. Then I'm good to go.
Okay. So you're standing firm on your convictions, is what you're saying.
Right. Exactly. Much like Amy Schumer, I will not appear in any Super Bowl ad. Also, like Amy Schumer, it's only because I wasn't asked.
Right.
So that's where we are. Just wanted to give you that announcement and start the broadcast off.
That's good. And we know where you stand and where she stands.
Did you see her Instagram post?
I heard about it.
Let me give you some of the details. She said,
"She's.
I wonder why more white players aren't kneeling." I wonder why. Perhaps they're informed. Perhaps they're intelligent. Perhaps they don't like the bull crap. Perhaps they are not driven by any of this stuff and perhaps just driven by money. Perhaps they're racist. It could be any number of things, but there's Amy, a pudgy little white girl who pretends to be a comedian, living in the lap of luxury because some people that are dumb think she's funny. And she just ponders on Instagram, I wonder why. Wonder why more white people aren't kneeling. I wonder why.
It's the old Joe Piscopo, Andy Rooney bit. You ever wonder why?
You ever wonder why more white players aren't kneeling?
Maybe they read.
Maybe. She went on to say, once you witness the true deep inequality and endless racism. Hang on.
The inequality.
Amy Schumer, I can't even get it out. Amy Schumer is apparently telling you she has witnessed these things. Let me start again. Here we go. Once you witness the true deep inequality and endless racism people of color face in our country, not to mention the police brutality and murders, why not kneel next to your brothers?
Wow.
So she, Amy Schumer, the pudgy white person pretending or identifying as being a comedian, has witnessed the truly deep inequality and endless racism people of color face in our country, not to mention the police brutality and murders.
Right.
She's witnessed those. And then she says, why not kneel next to your brothers? Otherwise, how are you not complicit? Yes, I know along the way, at some point, the thought's going to creep into your mind. So many words. Because hashtag SMW, there's so many words. Just that last sentence. Otherwise, how are you not complicit?
I had to stop and actually think about what she was asking. It's if I'm not, therefore I could.
If you're not never involved in such a thing where you are supporting the person who is fighting against racism, how are you never not in that situation? Ability to be not involved in complicit.
17. That's the answer. 17.
How
I knew there was math
and convoluted.
There was math at the center of that question somehow, and that was the answer.
This is the game I play with my eldest son, Tiger, where I'm like, do you want to go to the store? No. Are you sure you don't want to go? Yes. Are you sure you don't want to go now? Yes. Have you ever not wanted to go to, and he gets like 4 or 5 of these in, and finally he's like, damn it, I don't want to go, okay? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning, though. She's saying you're complicit if you don't support or actually take a knee in these things.
Yeah. She is desperate for attention, and she's just looking for a sense of purpose.
I'm just going to throw this out there. There's a way she could actually get more attention. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Go ahead.
Number one, be hot.
Yep.
And that would start with
drop a few lbs,
drop a few pounds there, chubby. Drop a few of those. Number two, not be heinous and annoying.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, that would make her.
And I'll tell you how to get there.
Okay,
with the blobbity bleep bleep, just zip.
Yep.
A few less of the words.
Keep the mouth shut.
Get that? It's gonna
keep the mouth shut.
Gonna go up on that scale just a little bit.
Yeah.
3, actually be funny.
And you see, now you're asking
because there are fat, unattractive people who are funny, and then they're famous again. Lots of people like that.
Yep.
Right.
I've seen a lot of unattractive women open their mouth and become like 8s and 9s.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She went on in her Instagram post to ponder. I think it would be cool if at Maroon 5 backed out of the Super Bowl, because apparently they've agreed to do the halftime show.
They've agreed to do it.
Just like Bad Girl Riri did.
Yeah. That's Rihanna for you white people.
Well, that's her handle there, at Bad Gal Riri. She said, I personally told my reps I wouldn't do a Super Bowl commercial this year.
Right. So don't, even when the offers come in that aren't coming in, you tell them I said no.
See, she didn't say she turned one down.
No. There's a big difference between turning one down and refusing if one comes in to do it. I refuse.
You mean to tell me if Mr. Budweiser or Mr. Coke or Mr. Pepsi or somebody came to Amy Schumer and said, all right, listen. Here's a check for $16 million. And you got to shoot this 10-second thing. Just, hey.
Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Yeah.
She's not been asked. She won't be asked this year, probably next year.
Here's $100 million.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just.
She'd do it. Of course she would.
Imagine if it was $100 million and she got to blah, blah, blah in support of that Kaepernick guy.
She would do it.
She still wouldn't do it? Come on.
She'd do it naked.
She went on to say, I know it must sound like a privilege-ass sacrifice, but it's all I got. You missed a word there. White privilege-ass sacrifice. Just throwing that out there. It's all I got.
It's all I got.
She said hitting the NFL with the advertisers is the only way to really hurt them. I know opposing the NFL is like opposing the NRA. Very tough. But don't you want to be proud of how you're living?
Wow. Coming from her, that is a statement. Don't you want to be proud for how you're living, Amy?
She said, stand up for your brothers and sisters of color. The hottest thing a guy can do is get down on one knee, not to propose, but to reject the treatment of his teammates by this country.
Whoa. Reject the what?
Reject the treatment of his teammates by this country.
Of his teammates? What NFL players are getting targeted for? What is she talking about?
That's what I'm saying. And by this country, the country en masse. If you folks really feel this way, why haven't you moved? I'm not one of those people that said, get out of America. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying if you really, see, we're starting from a place where a lot of us went, right on, Constitution, cool. Some problems, maybe we can adjust those via the Constitution, but holding on to those personal, those values, personal freedom and personal responsibility. And there's others that say, no, we need to be a 180 from there. And we're going to do everything we can systematically over the course of 240 whatever years to take us to that 180. Meanwhile, there are places on the planet.
Uzbekistan is beautiful this time of year. They should move there.
Go. It's on. It's waiting. Uzbekistan calls you, Amy.
Belarus. Belarus is another great place to live.
We have a shortage of pudgy white girls telling the world how to live. Please come and identify as a comedian here in beautiful Belarus.
Turdzekistan, too.
Turdzekistan?
Turdzekistan.
Perfect for any Schumer.
Yes. She should take the whole family.
Go? You're talking about just pointless.
They all say that. They're going to move to Canada if Trump's elected. Remember Barbara Streisand? She was ready to move out of the country 3 or 4 times.
I mean, honestly, if there was a place that was like America, like Constitution and the people, the majority of the people really stood passionately for personal freedom and were not, but I'd already be there. I would be there because sayonara, America, have a good day.
Saudi Arabia, that's a great place.
Be a good place for her.
Great place. Yeah.
She then went on to say, anyone who says it's disrespectful to our military, please read up on the fact that a lot of veterans are proud of what at Kaepernick 7 is doing and fully support him. What are your thoughts? So a lot of them.
I've not seen one of them.
And I'm sure some are.
Yes,
a lot is kind of a relative term there.
It is. It is. It's like a lot compared to the fingers on my left hand.
Okay,
I mean,
there it is.
You know, a lot compared to the number of fingers on Matlock's both hands.
Right. Okay. Yeah. For example, a lot of food for you or me compared with Amy Schumer.
Right. Yes. See, that is a relative term. Yeah, exactly.
Or said a lot of funny things, you know, me and you versus Amy Schumer.
Yes.
I'm just saying it's very relative there.
True.
So, in summation, like Amy Schumer, I will not appear in any Super Bowl ads. Also, like Amy Schumer, it is only because I was not asked.
If the phone doesn't ring, it's them calling.
Right,
to ask you to be in those ads.
So there we go.
All over it.
Wow, very, very frustrating.
Jeez,
but now you know, folks, you got to clear. So I'm not sure why she gets so much attention now. Apparently, it's some sort of affirmative action for chubby, white, unfunny women.
Yeah. Well, you have to pity her. I mean, what else would she do? She can't. I mean, she doesn't have the skill set to pump gas. I mean,
she could run for Congress. It's worked so well for her cousin Chucky Schumer. So there you go.
You don't give her ideas like that.
I'm just saying.
She'll
Clearly
do
she's, not going to be held accountable for what she says, prove any of these facts, anything like that. If you're frustrated by this stuff like I am, and I'm sure you are, you need to make sure to switch your mobile service today to Patriot Mobile. Just go to patriotmobile.com/doc or 800-8Patriot. Switch today, because when you do, instantly your dollars will be used, at least a little bit of them, to fight against people like Amy Schumer, her cousin Chuck, and nonsensical stuff like this, because they support conservative and libertarian causes, unlike every other mobile company that actively is out there working for things you don't agree with.
I just saw a nice note from the folks at Patriot Mobile saying that you guys are have been very responsive to the ads, and to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Remember, if they do well, you're going to do well, and also we do well. Thank you so much for supporting our sponsors. If you've waited and you're like, I know I got to sign up, please sign up today. Let our sponsors know. That's right. You believe in this platform, and that someday we can be a contender. We can do something.
For every account that they do sell, every new line, they will send a cheeseburger to Amy Schumer to make sure that she doesn't go hungry. Because it's hard to talk when you have a mouthful of food. So that's just another way they're helping.
I'm not sure. I don't want to speak for them in this case, but I know the amount of good they do. And I believe for every new sign up, we save a puppy.
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, they don't like to talk about that because it just seems
humanitarian, self-serving.
It really does. But yes, a puppy will be saved.
There's another way to say that. If you don't sign up, puppies will die.
Yes, they will. Yeah. I mean,
if that's the case, I don't know if that is, but I think
possible.
so. They do so much good.
Quite possible.
PatriotMobile.com/doc or 800-8Patriot. Don't forget, you get amazing, incredible, the best nationwide coverage. Amazing, incredible, the best customer service, and you're probably going to save money because they have such great deals. They have unlimited talk and text plans, often for $20 a month, right?
You cannot beat that.
$20 a month. You can rent a phone, or it's buying a phone, but you pay the monthly charge for as little as $4 a month for a smartphone. iPhone, Android. It's not going to be the iPhone 10. It's not going to be the X, but you can get one. You just upcharge. That's all it is. But still, far less than you're paying from other people, and they support this program and conservative libertarian causes. Please sign up today at 800-8Patriot. That's 800-8Patriot or patriotmobile.com/doc. I think it is time. It is time for me to don my gay apparel.
Well, isn't that nice? Isn't Christmas so soon? That is going to look. Let's see. Aren't the little things supposed to go side to side, or is that the?
What are you talking about?
The way to do it? I mean, you kind of look like you're.
It's my pussy hat mohawk.
For those of you just listening and not viewing the spectacle that is at the moment, Doc Thompson wearing said pea hat.
Wait a minute. I just realized here. We're gonna have to go through the official contract. I want specifics. When I said I would wear it, I didn't say how I would wear it. I mean, if Matt Locke assumed that I would wear it on my head, I could be wearing it on my foot right now.
It looks like a shark fin. It looks like a giant pink shark fin on Doc's head.
I could have said I would wear it in nether regions that are not shown on television, or I could show them.
Actually, I think Matt was wearing them in nether regions.
Well, thank you for telling me that after I placed it upon my noggin.
That's a very good look for you, by the way.
And we didn't say that I had to wear it this way, which is like the kitty cat ears.
You look like Bart Simpson with pink hair.
I'm going to wear it forward like this so the ears go.
That's
how's that?
Now you kind of look like Jughead in Riverdale.
Can I put a brim on it?
I think
these ladies were not very stylish.
No, and they didn't. They didn't stop to take the time to style the hat the way you're doing. If any of them had done that, it would have made a much better fashion.
I'm pulling the rim up so I look like a pussy hat sailor.
For some reason, you look like Katy Perry. I don't know.
Okay, your call. Do I wear it like this? Or do I wear it like the rooster hat?
Oh, see, that's good too.
Oh, this is Beetle Bailey style now.
It is. In which position do you feel prettier?
I don't know that I do. You know what? I can't be the judge. I mean, I think I look good in everything. So,
you do. Should
I wear it forward with attitude like this? All right, buddy, listen.
Yeah.
Cock to one side.
Uh-huh.
Sorry about the cocked part.
Yeah.
Listen here. You don't mess with a man in a pink hat.
No, you certainly.
What do you think?
don't,
What do you think? What do you think I got?
I kind of like it. I like it cocked forward. Like
Okay,
that.
no.
It's just.
Do you want me to? Do I
maybe
brim
over
down a little bit?
half over one eye. Maybe just to give it that. Yes. See, that's it.
Ah, you mugs,
Yeah,
listen.
See, that's it. Then you got to talk like this the rest of the day. See, huh? People. I don't. That's.
Or I wear it real low. Just looking
Who
for
was that?
options. Well, tell me what you think.
That was the kid in the Cosby Kids.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Go ahead, do your impression of him.
Bonoba. I don't think that was him though. That might have been the one who wore the hat. I don't know if that was.
I think it was him.
Oh, I could wear it beret style where it comes down over my one cheek.
We call that Lewinsky.
This is the Lewinsky.
That's the Lewinsky right there. Very nice. It's, I'm not sure.
There it is.
So
The exaggerated beret. All right. I think I like the rooster version.
I do. It's yeah.
All right.
The giant comb on top of your head. That
All
looks
right.
good on
Paying
you.
paying off a bet here.
And you have to wear it like that for the next 364 days?
No, just today.
Oh.
I'm not even
Really?
sure
That
we even said for a full day.
Wow.
But here's what I do know. This is now the official punishment at MoJo 50. This is the punishment. You lose a bet, you screw. It's like the dunce hat.
That is, yeah, that's the modern day dunce hat. You don't have to sit in the corner, though. Why
All right.
can't we do that to kids anymore?
I know.
You're stupid. You're a dunce. Sit in the corner.
Slap them around, make them wear a
Yes.
hat, sit in the corner.
Yes, it worked. Now we've got
Worked
it
for the greatest generation, didn't it?
Yeah.
They didn't call him the second greatest generation. No.
No. As a matter of fact, that meme going around now, son, I found a picture of your grandfather from World War II. And in it's a guy, tough guy on a motorcycle. And then in 2060, I found a picture of your grandfather, and it's some kid with the bunny ears from Snapchat. It's like, things are going to be a little different in the future, unfortunately.
Get those communiques in via all social media. Get them in on Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, MeWe. Still figuring the platform out, but we're starting to get it if you go into the chat room, the MoJo 50 chat room, and post them.
That's where all the action and when I say all the action, I mean all the action.
Oh, my gosh. The jackholes are wearing that as a badge of honor. It's not enough that it's the Wild West.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see how uncomfortable we can make it for the newbies. So it really is jackhole bullying.
If you think you're up to the gauntlet, head to the chat room.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I support the chat room bullying.
Oh, absolutely.
I support it from the jackholes.
Absolutely. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah, and if you haven't figured this out already, you probably noticed the slight new adjustment format. Not a lot of commercials.
No, a lot of talk.
So what we'll do is a little break at the top and bottom of the hour. Not real long, just a couple minutes, so we can do whatever it is we have to do when we're not on camera. And then during the rest, we do a couple of live commercials, and there you go. And even this will adjust, so there will be even fewer recorded commercials at the top and bottom coming up. And you'll notice even part of that at the bottom of the hour isn't just going to be commercials, a little extra content, some commentary, and some other features.
Which is probably a good time to announce that we're now going to carry Amy Schumer's new talk show for its entire 6-hour length. That will be starting immediately after
not
the Daily Mojo here. Amy Schumer coming here.
This is a good time to remind you about one of our other clients, though. Combat Flip-Flops. Go to combatflipflops.com and buy some Combat Flip-Flops.
I like
How
the
about
way
just
you
flip-flops?
tied that right back in. I like the way you did that.
How about just flip-flops? I
do that.
The name is a little misleading.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of guys, you know what, maybe in the new modern era, in the millennials,
you
they're
are a
like,
bad mofo. You wear flip-flops into combat. No one's messing with you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying they are so, because I thought it made them look weak. No, it's just the
no.
opposite.
You walk into combat with flip-flops on, no one's going to mess with you.
Wait a minute.
You're thinking, hey,
that guy's wearing bunny ears and flip-flops. We better not mess with him.
he is crazy.
He's such a badass. He's willing to dress like that. We just stay away from him. That's what that is.
Yep.
Combat Flip-Flops, great company that takes a little bit of the money that when you buy stuff, a little bit of profits, and they give it out to all kinds of different charitable organizations. A lot of the money will go to Americans and different organizations around the world. Right now, they have a program where they're specifically targeting and helping Afghanistan women and girls and women in Afghanistan. Now, you may be like me that says, Doc, you got to start at home. We've got plenty of people in America that need the help, and you're right. But remember, when it comes to the rest of the world, this is always going to be a drag on America and the globe when people are struggling and need help. Always going to be an issue. So if we are going to help them, we have to help them in the right way. It's the teach a fish, not give a fish. And that's what they're doing in Combat Flip-Flops. So every time you purchase something at Combat Flip-Flops, they send $5 over to educate an Afghanistan woman or girl. So they will have knowledge and then can start running their country.
Well, and the amazing thing is, $5 will pay for a day of education for one of these women. That's amazing.
Well, absolutely. $5 is like giving like $20,000 in the U.S. Seriously, it is that impactful. So just buy some stuff, and it's not just flip-flops. They have other stuff as well. CombatFlipFlops.com. Check it out. All right, some communiques coming in now. Brad Staggs willing to share some with you.
And where was it? It's a 1024th native taint sleeve. Wants to know if Doc is wearing the pea hat, Lewinsky style, where do you put the cigar?
What do I do with the cigar? What do I do with the cigar?
And I think that's a very valid question.
By the way, that is behind the paywall.
Right, yes.
You have to pay for that. We're willing to show you.
That's the Daily Mojo way after dark.
Holy crud, Ron, I just thought of it. We need the alternative halftime show. We should do that during the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We'll be going up against Maroon 5.
Yeah.
We won't be going up against Amy Schumer.
I'm willing to maroon 6 people somewhere if it helps us get ratings. 6, 7, a dozen
7,
of them.
8, yeah.
Right?
Maybe 10.
Nice.
We stand against them.
I think that's a great idea.
Yep, the doctor just hatched a new scheme. All right, more coming up in just a moment on this, your Daily Mojo.
Happily promoting the 4 F's: freedom, faith, free markets, and fun. MoJo 50.
Have you done it? You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
I'm one of those people you don't want to see naked.
Yeah, most of us. But I mean, you look and you're going, what the?
I know.
How did I get to whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Hey there, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs to tell you about a different way to shed those pounds. This is brand new tech. It's only been around for a couple of years or so. It was based on research from the University of California that said there's a molecule called OEA that's found naturally in your body. It produces it in the Mediterranean diet, that when taken in concentrated amounts, it will actually make you feel fuller and boost your metabolism.
I've lost about 10 pounds so far.
It's amazing.
It
Now,
really is cool.
A company said, we can take this to market and make this great product that'll help you. It's called RiduZone, RIDUZone.com, RIDUZone.com. Brad's worked. It's worked for Brad's, worked for me, countless other people. Go to RiduZone.com and try today. You're going to love it. RiduZone.com. Remember that, RIDUZone.com.
The Adrian Slate Show.
Modern-day witches are planning a public hex on Brett Kavanaugh. Catlin Books, a bookstore in Brooklyn, is holding a ritual to hex Brett Kavanaugh. Brett Kavanaugh will be the focal point, but by no means the only target. So bring your rage and all of your axes you've got to grind, invite reads. Man, I don't know if you have a truck big enough for that. The event's organizer, Dakota Barsali, hosted 3 hexes against Donald Trump last year. Those seem to work out swimmingly. So it's going to be, my pretty, we must make a potion to cast our spell upon the frothy suds that Justice Kavanaugh may consume. Bring me the tears of Trigglypuff and the hair of a third-wave feminist. I think if you stir in a pot, over an open fire, throwing in some tears from Trigglypuff and some hair from a third-wave feminist. Gosh, this is just the dumbest story.
I hope you're happy, Nicole.
Jeez, Nicole. All you had to do was ask. And look what happened.
So fewer commercials. So many fewer commercials.
Which means more of us.
That's right. Thank you, Nicole. And so far, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, not even a thank you. She's probably watching Fox.
She's not even a regular listener.
She moved on. She's just
sorry, I gave you a shot.
She did a drive-by. Oh, was that? No, I wasn't talking about you guys. The breaks were fine.
There it is. Anyways, that's part of the new one. And we'll continue to evolve this in the next couple of days. Some other cool things starting probably in the next 2 or 3 days as well. So I've got I've got to mention, by the way, do you have a communique?
I was just going to say, I'm not sure how to say it. Is Tataya? Emmerich just turned it on YouTube. What's with the hat? Stick around, you'll understand. That's
I'm paying off a bet from last week. This is the new punishment around MoJo 5.0. Moving forward, if you see someone wearing the hat, they either lost a bet or they're being punished for something.
It's not that it's ugly; it's infested with head lice. That's why it's punishment.
The punishment is it's so itchy. With the lice and the crabs and the. Based on what Matt Locke's, well, maybe we just go on.
Yeah, I think we just.
All right, according to news reports over the weekend, and I want to see if I have this right. A caravan of 1,000, actually thousands of Central Americans are headed for the border.
Yes, they are. I've seen the pictures.
We say Central Americans, we're talking Honduras and Guatemala, not Kansas and Nebraska.
Correct. Yes, this would be the south of the border caravan. Not
so a caravan of thousands of Central Americans are headed for the border. Let me. A caravan of now 5,000 people.
It is swelling.
Managed to assemble and organize.
Yes. Yeah, magically.
Almost overnight, out of nowhere. And began walking with no supplies. Some of them with their kids in tow. Suffering in the sweltering heat. Thousands of miles on foot to get to the U.S. border where they know they will likely not get in. I'm calling Bravo Sierra on this.
You think you don't think that's a genuine group of people?
No, I'm calling Bull Sierra on this.
I don't know. If you look at they could just be looking for free childcare, and they know when they get to the border they'll be separated from the kids.
I got to do something with these damn kids. I got to get rid of them.
You know, for a couple of weeks, you're going to get your kids taken care of and fed and clothed.
Well, and that's the nice thing about America. You could just abandon them in a Walmart.
Right.
But you can't do that south of the border.
No.
Maybe that's what it is.
I see.
Let me explain what's really going on here. Midterms. It's the election once again. Like just about everything now that you see in the news that has to do with politics, laws, rules, government, societal concerns, all of these things are really about the midterm elections. I mean, it's always about elections.
Yes.
But when you get closer and closer to the elections, it's really about it. Let me explain what's really going on here and offer some oddities that should at least give you pause to question if we are being fed even more propaganda to influence the election. Based on what they've told us so far, does this really seem spontaneous? Let me explain. Based on what we know, this is what's being reported. A caravan, according to the news, formed the day after Mike Pence met with the presidents of Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador in D.C. So he met with them in D.C. Yep. And the caravan forms that day, even though Mike Pence said, all right, presidents of those countries, the United States will give you more money. We're going to give you more money, and here's what we want you to do. Crack down on those gangs, and we'll give you money to help with that too. Right. So these people that are being targeted by gangs and violence and whatever in these countries just heard Vice President Pence say, we're going to give you more money to help you live, and all you have to do is work with us as we give you more money to crack down on those gangs. And then he said specifically, don't come here illegally. It started with about 160 people, and it swelled to 1,600 within hours. It started in Honduras, 160 people. Within hours, it swells to 1,600. And the U.S. media covered it almost instantly.
Weird how that happened.
Huh.
Miraculous even.
Weird. There was a caravan last April that was turned away in Tijuana, Mexico, which is an annual event. Just going to let that one sink in a moment.
Yes. Yeah.
They said, you don't understand. This is an annual event. It's the reason we're covering this. In fact, there was one just last April. These annual events. Let's see, April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
Biannual.
That sounds like more than annual. It sounds like a couple times a year. And even though these other annual events have always happened in the spring.
Right.
Like last April. Now there's one just 2 weeks before the midterm elections, 2 weeks from tomorrow.
That is awfully queer.
And that caravan was turned away. So they've learned in the past they're turned away.
Right.
Okay. Mexico along the way has told the U.S., okay, listen, Trump, we're willing to help you out. We're going to help you stop them. So what Mexico did, they got to the bridge over the river between Mexico and Guatemala, and they said, all right, we're stopping you right here at this bridge. Ha-ha.
Alto.
And the people just went around.
Because
through the water, floated on the water.
Yep.
Just went around.
Yeah. It's easy to do that.
So Mexico didn't stop them.
No, they did not.
Brenda Sanchez of Honduras was quoted as saying, thanks to the Mexican police, she said, we are very grateful to them because even though they closed the borders to us, they're coming behind us and taking care of us. Does that sound like Mexico is really trying to stop them?
No, actually, it sounds like they're getting behind them to give them a little push.
That's interesting. The federal police in Mexico they've been monitoring the caravan's progress from a helicopter to try to stop them.
Yes.
In an effort to stop them, they're monitoring it from a helicopter.
That's what you do. You get a helicopter and you go up in the air and that's the best place.
Monitoring doesn't really.
Monitoring is the best. I mean, from the air, you get the best monitoring.
Now, they have had some units that are escorting, too. And that's going to help stopping. Escorting is going to, right?
Well, you don't want to just just stop. You have to, it's like when the police use the little move with the car where they get up beside you and they
pit
tap
maneuver.
You and shoot.
Pit maneuver.
And then boom, they cut. So that's what they're doing. It looks like they're escorting. They're going boom.
Just bump them off at the last second.
Yeah, just it sends the whole caravan
That's
off.
funny because they said their orders were to maintain traffic and not stop the caravan. Yet Mexico said, we're going to help you stop the caravan.
Yeah, well, that's just code talk for get up next to them so you can...
Mexico's National Human Rights Commission says it's been working to guarantee the rights of migrants and has been providing bottled water, food, and medical care.
Wait a minute, who has the what?
Mexico's National Human Rights Commission, the MNHRC.
Oh, wow. You know the good work they've done around the world, and I mean, it's been
that's part of the Mexican government that is supposedly going to stop these people.
Right.
But sounds like they're helping. The only thing they're not doing is giving them bus tickets.
Why do Mexicans want to come to this country when they have the Mexican them to take? I mean, it sounds like they've got everything they need right there in Mexico.
At times, they've been chanting in Spanish, "Yes, we can." Where have I heard that slogan before? That sounds really familiar. Yes, we can.
Rosie.
And then, over the weekend, the numbers, 1,600, swelled to over 2,000.
They should put some salve on that, keeps the swelling down.
And then went to 3,000.
That's a lot.
And I saw a couple of reports. As of last night, early this morning, it went from 3,000 to 5,000. And the news reports actually said, we don't know where those other 2,000 came from.
Magic.
So,
magic.
When you add all that up, there are some questions. Something that give me pause that make it sound like maybe this is bogus.
Now, you are such a negative Nelly.
Yeah, no, this is called being honest and real.
Come on.
And appropriately skeptical. Here's what's going on. If these people really have, in any type of grassroots way, dust and sand roots way, said, yep, we got to go to the U.S., we got to do it. That means they are being fed a lot of misinformation and lies. Again, unless something dramatic changes, they will be stopped at the border. You are not getting into the U.S., and unless they have been lied to about past caravans, they should know these things.
Si se puede.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
That's our new rallying cry.
No, you cannot.
Si se puede.
It has not happened in the past, and it won't happen again. So if this is truly just a group of people saying, you with us? And everybody jumping on board, this spontaneous movement, this caravan, it means they are being lied to at the source. They know, or should know, this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then the media's culpability to instantly, when it's just a couple of hundred people, get on board, that is only going to what? Give more attention to it, which encourages more people to come here. The media that is telling you we've got to open our borders for safety and security and these people are dangerous are perpetuating and encouraging people to join this caravan, even though they know it is going to be dangerous for them, walking thousands of miles, often with children, as they say, through the desert without water and food.
So far, every shot I've seen of them, though, they're walking on streets. They're like right down the
right. They're walking through, yeah, exactly, main, city streets or whatever,
main downtowns.
What's really going on here likely is, even if these people, most of them, believe that they are just trying for a better life and are willing to march for their children and their family, to make some food, to have a, be safe and secure and all of this. Right. If that's the case, they have been lied to, and it's a marketing machine that has been started by any one of or a combination of the groups that you already know that are funded in part, as you trace their roots back to people like George Soros. This is the progressive underground. These are the groups that we've told you about and have been exposed over the years, from Acorn to the Tides Foundation and all of those that funnel money. And think about how easy this would be to do. You simply go to these local communities that are truly struggling and you say, come on, we'll just march up there, and they got to let you in. And remember, as we learned from Janis Joplin, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. If they have nothing left to lose, why wouldn't they be? If you think your family's going to be killed anyway, fine. You could see a couple of hundred people getting together in some of these small towns, right?
Yep.
And you start marching. And you go, it's going to be a long journey, but you know what? We'll get you there. It's going to happen. And there'll be help along the way. And you tell them how, at least you got a shot. And then with the proper media attention along the way in all of these communities and people marching as it grows, why wouldn't you? And then it's a rebuke to Donald Trump, right? All of these reasons. It would be so easy, especially with the media culpability. It would be very easy. One of the easiest things they would do, it would take such little effort and money. And then what do they get? Well, they exploit people. Some of them likely could be injured, maybe even succumb to the heat and other things along the way and die. And what do they get? Those George Soros-funded organizations, the progressive underground, what they get is the propaganda, the imagery. Because, see, if they make it to the border and Trump turns them away 2 weeks leading up to the election, how does that make Trump and Republicans look?
And honestly, though, it's not Trump turning them away. It's the laws of the United States of America.
But to them, it's Trump. Right. To the progressives, it's a spectacle. Look at how insensitive. Aren't we better than this? There's got to be a better way. And remember, we go back to the talking points of progressives in the past. Shouldn't we go ahead and help these people and the illegals that are here who just wanted a better way of life? We're not saying give them amnesty. We're just saying give them some other phrase and system that we can speechify about that really ends up just being amnesty. That's what they end up doing. And it doesn't have to be turned away at the border. They're already gaining just by this caravan marching, because remember, this was one of the cornerstones of Trump's administration. One of the things that really took hold when he started speaking that first day he announced his candidacy was the illegals that are here and that nobody has been willing to deal with them.
Right.
This is what's really going on. And Mexico, why are they playing this? No, we're going to help you stop them and not really do anything and really encourage them. Because Mexico wants, and the rest of the world wants, the poor people of Central and South America and Mexico to come here because those countries don't have to take care of the poor. Imagine if in America right now, we could say, hey, 4%, 2%, 1%, 10%, whatever it is, of the most impoverished people in America, we just could make them go somewhere else and they were another country's problem. I mean, from a financial standpoint.
Sure.
Think about what we could do with that extra money. All those people that need welfare and that lives in the housing projects and all the people that get the government handouts. Think how impactful that would be.
We wouldn't have extra money. We just wouldn't be spending ourselves into a bigger black hole.
That's exactly what would be going on here. And that's what Mexico has done all of these years.
Which is why it's a good time to announce that Amy Schumer, Barbara Streisand, and the likes will be opening their homes to the refugees as they come across the border. They all have extra bedrooms. They're prepared to let these folks stay in their homes.
And besides, hang on, and you don't want to stay at Bab's house. You know she's got that old lady stank.
Oh, yeah. And you walk in, it's like mothballs.
It's a weird combination of
cheese.
urine and mothballs and cheese and stale. Stale.
Yeah. Old cigarettes.
Somehow the air in your house also gets locked in from like 20. Because, I mean, your humor and reference as you get older, unless you're really working it, stop at a certain point.
Well, and Barbara is a known kind of shut-in, so, you know, she hasn't had the doors open a lot.
Right.
It's going to smell a little.
Apparently
but
the air does too.
As they come across the border, these folks won't mind the smell as they stay in the guest house.
They're like, no, we'd rather be in Mexico. We'd rather face death than smell Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
It's a small price to pay.
Yeah. It probably won't. You won't see that on the news, though. You'll only hear about that here.
So that's what's really going on. I mean, here's how you know. Why wouldn't they just stay in Mexico? Think about that a minute.
Such a garden spot there.
Well, by comparison, they keep telling us, Doc, you don't understand. Honduras, these people are being murdered in mass, families. Okay, all of those people. As soon as you get across the border, you're like, it's better than it was. Great.
Yep. True.
Oh, there's not the same opportunities. Okay. You know you're not going to be able to get into the U.S.
Right.
It's all lies and propaganda. And as far as the American media goes, it is for the purpose of the midterm elections.
Do you think they actually do tell the people we're going to get in the country, or do you think they say, look, here's what's going to happen. We're going to get there. They're going to turn us away. I mean, they're not all, these aren't.
Oh,
there's some stupid people because there's some stupid people.
There's a lot of misinformation, Brad. A lot of it.
Are they being lied to?
Well, because what do they think is going to happen? No, we're going to get right to the border and you're going to be stuck in Tijuana? Unless you're all willing to do a few things with a donkey and a couple of bananas, there's no jobs there either.
Right. Yeah, Tijuana is not the place to go job searching.
No, that's not. But I mean, you'll probably get a job in Tijuana.
These folks are not dressed in rags.
No, exactly.
They look what we would consider the middle class here in this country.
You're being marketed to, and there's a whole lot of those families, the women and children, the families that look a lot like young men.
Yeah, it
looks a lot like that.
They do what they call military-age men.
Oh, interesting how that
Weird
works.
how they would come into the country and.
Well, share your thoughts via social media. These are the types of things when I see this stuff that really has me losing sleep at night, where I just don't sleep. I'm tossing and turning and thinking about it. But there's a way to help if you have suffered with sleepless nights because of propaganda like this.
Drink.
Yeah, but that's usually only for a couple hours, and cobras start waking up.
Right.
And that is with a beautiful, wonderful Element mattress. Go to elementmattress.com and see for yourself why you should own an Element mattress. I mean, this is the top of the line mattress. You want a good night's sleep, this is the thing that's going to keep giving.
That just makes you
No, it doesn't.
sweaty
It doesn't
all
sweat.
night.
That's the early days of the memory foam. It's like the early days of any technology. A lot of bugs to be worked out.
Yeah.
And Element Mattress has worked out all of those bugs, figuratively and literally. They have worked it out because, first of all, you don't have that same hot heat, just bad, restless night sleep when it comes to the memory foam.
It does, yeah.
They've designed the tech so you can make it really firm as well, so you can get a firm mattress, a softer mattress. Just check it out at elementmattress.com. And they've literally worked out the bugs as well. What with their copper ion mattress, it has copper fibers woven into it. You don't even notice. Still wonderfully soft. But what it is, it's antibacterial, antifungal. It kills dust mites within hours. Dust mites, hey, we're going to hang out here. No, you're not. Blah, blah.
You'll never feel better about death than you will with these copper fibers in this mattress.
It is wonderful. It is simply the best mattress you can get. And I know because I have one, and it is the best mattress I have ever had. I've had really good mattresses. I've had mattresses from some of the best companies out there, names you know. They've been fine. This is top of the line. ElementMattress.com. They're going to give you 100 nights to sleep on it to try, and if you don't like it, you send it back for a full refund. If you do love it, keep it for a lifetime warranty. So if something goes wrong, a year, 2, 5, 10 down the road, boom, you're good to go. It's 100% made in the U.S., and when you go there, you look at it and you're like, wow, Doc, it sounds great. I'd like to try it, but the prices are a little high. Cut it in half because right now you can get an Element mattress for 50% off if you use the promo code MoJo50.
That is crazy.
It's stupid, and it's not going to last much longer. So go to elementmattress.com today and plug in that promo code MoJo50. Try it for yourself. Again, you can return it after 100 nights.
And just a little advice when you get it, when it arrives at your house, don't open the box until you get it into the room where you're going to set it up, number one.
What are you doing?
Number two, take out your phone and turn on take a video of it, because you want to tell people how it was when you opened it. And I should have videotaped.
And we need to see it.
Yeah,
we need to see.
It's really cool what this thing does.
Well, and if they do it the wrong way, it could be a little bit of a struggle for them. Follow the directions or don't, but send us the video footage. Elementmattress.com. You'll be very happy you did that you buy one, as I have been as well. All right, communiques with the hashtag What I Learned Today on Twitter. Please follow us on social media as well, especially MeWe. If you haven't signed up for a MeWe account, sign up today.
Yep. Kathy in the Berg over on the Twitter wall, that moment when Doc Thompson looks like he belongs in an episode of F Troop. You kind of do.
I have it this either that or the old McDonald's hats. Remember they used to use the pointy ones? Remember those? They were the hairnets. They had like cardboard around it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you work at McDonald's?
Yes, I did.
He still does.
Ron?
What do you think he does when he leaves here?
No.
Whatever
This
his
was
name
back
is.
in the day of the old polyester uniform.
Good times.
You went home smelling like a freaking
What year was this roughly? Ballpark.
82, 83.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take you back to yesteryear, 1982. Ron, whatever his name is, working at McDonald's. What city was this? Here in Texas?
Yeah, this was Burleson.
Burleson, Texas. Were those, those were back in the day where you still had styrofoam containers, right?
That's exactly right.
You know, there's a big, beautiful world out there, Ron. You should get out of Burleson sometime. Every now and then, just try to. There are other states around Texas and even some states beyond that.
Come on, guys. This was the day. You remember the playlands out in the front?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was that. This was that.
Brand new.
Well, we still have playlands
with the Mayor McCheese.
Well, he's talking the
Ronald, they're going to impeach me. That was old man McCheese. You never see them.
I dressed up as Hamburglar.
You had to play the Hamburglar?
Oh, yeah. Mumbler.
I play that every day. Wow, that's interesting. You learn a little bit more about
you do.
Ron all the time.
Well, look at him. I mean, what else has he got? Wisconsin Jackhole, I just realized I've been watching Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs 4 minutes behind.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is he 4 minutes
maybe
behind?
He's stuck in a wormhole?
I don't know. Our clocks are right.
I no idea. Let's see here. This is a Leprechaun, Doc Thompson show. What I learned today, for being on a road march, they sure are clean. I get dirty just walking to the post office. And it's just down the block, not thousands of miles. They do. They look, and I've been reading some posts online about some of the folks they've interviewed. The capitalist in me wants to go down there with a semi full of plastic, like 5-6 mil plastic, and sell it, because they're all saying they're looking for pieces of plastic so that when it rains they can cover themselves up.
I'm glad you mentioned clean too, because the same thing. I mean, if you were to march, this is almost 2,000 miles they're marching,
and they don't look like they're dressed in rags. I'm sure there are some of these people in this caravan that really
are suffering and whatever,
but they are being played, and that's shameful if that's the case.
I mean, if this looks, I've seen fish concerts where the people look dirtier, right?
Good grief! We flew a flight from Nashville to San Francisco the day after Bonnaroo, and some of the people have been to Bonnaroo.
Right. These people are in better shape, look more together, cleaner than Grateful Dead concerts, than Burning Man, than what's the Coachella?
Coachella.
The concert, right?
Coachella. Yeah.
What's the name of the concert that they have in the Coachella Valley?
The Coachella Valley concert.
What's the name of it? It's called...
Do I look like I go to the Coachella Valley concert?
It's called Coachella.
It's Coachella. That's fine. Paul B says what's really going on is they're pawns, and it's very dangerous. They want to put us in a hands tied position, a standoff at the border. What happened last time in April? When they got to the border, what happened?
They went home.
Yeah, they turned around. They
turned back.
There weren't gunfights.
Some went home, or some stayed in Tijuana and did whatever they did. Likely, some end up sneaking across the border somehow.
And wasn't
that's just the thing? Where's the camera showing? I mean, you talk anticlimactic,
right?
Yeah. All right, we're here. We did it. Yes, we can. We're at the border. Nothing's happening. Okay.
I mean, I've been to McAllen. I know what it looks like down there. There are giant gaps in the border wall exists in part down there, but there are giant holes in it where they've got the Border Patrol trucks parked.
These caravans are like
waiting.
Are like every New Year's Eve.
Isn't it a religious? At one point, I thought the one in April
might have had some time to it.
Like
but that would be tied to probably Easter or something.
Right.
A lot of Christians, a lot of Catholics in Central South America. That's the reason it's an annual event, Brad. That's now happening twice a year. The second time, right before the election.
Twice is nice.
Huh, interesting.
It's weird how they timed that out.
Yeah, this really is like New Year's Eve, right? You're marching toward New Year's Eve. They're marching toward the countdown. Ready? 2, 1. Should old acquaintance be for?
Yeah, and that's
okay.
Guess,
you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
I guess we're gonna go look for some plastic.
Yeah, I thought like something was supposed to happen. All these movies, the girl comes up and kisses me. You know no, it's just
hot, steamy monkey love. Yeah, that's
okay. What?
I know. Wow.
I'm serious. It took me like 10 New Year's Eves as a young man to realize nothing happens.
No, nothing happened. You watch the ball drop.
There it is.
And that's it.
I would be. Let's just move on. No, I was like 16. You start going out with your friends, like skating rink or dance at the school, and you're like, 2, 1, should okay. Wow, this is. You know what it is? It's because I can't legally drink. You get 21. So I wait 4 years, and then. 21, 22, nothing. You know what it is? Because I was working. I was the guy. This year, I'm just going to go out and celebrate. I'm not going to be working. And dude should hold acquaintance. Just like 16.
You're just hoping the Poltitsky twins come up and give you the big kiss on the.
I don't know where they were, and it's not the twins. They were. It wasn't both. It was the Candy cousins. Candy Poltitsky and Candy Quagliata. They were cousins, but ironically, both named Candy.
In my mind,
both yummy.
They're twins.
And, I see what you're saying there. So that's what a march through the desert, what this caravan's like. It's like everybody's New Year's Eve. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. I'll just turn around and go home.
You know where there is something to see is the richsolution.com. Richsolution.com. That's where you go to if you're having some struggles in your life, some health issues, maybe just things are not going the way they should be. Why? Might be you. You ever considered that? None of us want to admit that. It might be us. But especially if it's health issues and how you deal with it. Gwen Rich has an amazing story of how she managed to battle and, I'm going to say beat, because it's always kind of an issue, but survive a battle with cancer longer than most people have. Hear the story at therichsolution.com. And if you go under life extension, you can see some of the supplements that she swears by that really
go
work.
under supplements.
Oh, now it's supplements. Thank you for changing it.
Under which you will find
move.
life extensions. And
supplements. Top of the line supplements. Order them today, and they've combined them into various packages. So if you're like, okay, I really need to target digestive health, the package is there together. It's therichsolution.com. Stand by. The news coming up, and then the headlines with Brad Staggs on this, your newly formatted The Daily MoJo.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. MoJo 5-0.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thompson. Mexican authorities have so far been unable or unwilling to stop a flood of Central American migrants marching north through Mexico, intent on entering the United States. An estimated 5,000 people continue the trek, insisting they're not lawbreakers but committed to breaking the law to get into the U.S. The BBC's Ali McBool is along the migrant route in Mexico.
The migrants, mainly from eastern Honduras, have already trekked the length of their own country, then Guatemala, and crossed the river that forms a border with Mexico with the intent of continuing north to the USA. Here, Mexicans have come to feed the migrants and give them water and clothes. Though they sleep out in the open, it's been a welcome boost for the men, women and children who spent more than a week on this arduous journey.
President Trump blaming Democrats for inspiring the migrant caravan. Mr. Trump tweets full efforts being made to stop the onslaught of illegal aliens from crossing our southern border. People have to apply for asylum in Mexico first, and if they fail to do that, the U.S. will turn them away. The president writes courts are asking the U.S. to do things that are not doable. Saudi Arabia says Crown Prince has called the son of Jamal Khashoggi, expressing condolences for the death of the columnist who was killed in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Turkey's president says details of Khashoggi's killing will be revealed in a speech in parliament tomorrow. Saudi Arabia's explanation that Khashoggi was killed in a fistfight and that 18 Saudis have been detained has been met with international skepticism. National Security Advisor John Bolton facing 2 days of talks in Moscow starting today after President Trump announced plans to withdraw from a 1987 nuclear weapons treaty signed with the defunct Soviet Union. President Trump says Moscow has repeatedly violated the treaty that keeps the U.S. from developing new weapons. Wall Street Dow futures up 78 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Sedition? Yes. MoJo 50.
This is David Barton with another moment from America's history. In the case Abingdon versus Shemp, the Supreme Court ruled that the Bible could no longer be an independent textbook in public school curriculum. Would our founding fathers have agreed? Benjamin Rush certainly would have disagreed. Benjamin Rush was a signer of the Declaration of Independence, and he was a leading educator of the day. In fact, he was the first founding father to call for free public schools. Benjamin Rush declared, "The great enemy of the salvation of man, in my opinion, never invented a more effective means of extinguishing Christianity from the world than by persuading mankind that it was improper to read the Bible at schools. The Bible should be read in our schools in preference to all other books." In the view of founding father Benjamin Rush, the Bible was the textbook of preference for public schools.
For more information on God's hand in American history, contact Wall Builders at 1-800-8-REBUILD.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
Hey, it's Adrian Slade. With fake news from news channels that were once even slightly trustworthy and a social media that's guiding you by the hand like a child controlling what they call conversational health.
The mothership has landed.
Wow. Hadn't really thought that part of the new format clock through. Not a lot of time to do stuff off the air.
Nope. That's why we've got the porta potty back behind the small desk.
Gonna need the car, Johnny, in here. Gonna have some updates tomorrow. Got to be a little more prepared before we do this. Hi there, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on your Daily MoJo. Their new format. Wow. New tweaks coming as well. All designed to make you, the listener, have a better experience here.
Like sneaking duck. I see when you said fewer commercials, you meant fewer pre-recorded commercials. The live on-air commercials don't get counted. You know what? If we handed you $1 million, why is it all in used 20s?
I think better yet, they should hand us $1 million. Then we wouldn't have to do any commercials.
See, we used to do, was it 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom, 3 at each of the quarter hours, was it?
Yeah, we had 2 minutes at the top, 4 minutes 3 times in the hour. So we had what?
How many recorded commercials did we used to have?
4, 8, 12, 14.
Okay, so 14 minutes of recorded commercials. And we still had 3 to 4 live commercials an hour on top of that is what we were doing just Friday. So now we've gotten rid of all but couple at the one at the top, two at the top and one at the bottom or something.
Something like that.
So we got rid of 11 minutes of commercials overall.
It's not from a business standpoint, that's not really smart because you see that's the way that we have income here, and that's how we turn the lights on. That's how we buy the stuff around here, and how
that is how you get to keep listening.
And exactly. There are only 2 models for media, folks. There's only 2. It's either you pay a subscription or you listen to a few commercials. That's it. You got another method? I'm happy to explore it. But what we decided to do was just do, because they're more effective for the advertiser as well, a quarter-hour live commercial. Now, if we can do this right, in the coming couple of days, even that top and bottom will be adjusted to even fewer. But this is all a process that we have to work out the bug.
It's like being married and you wear something sexy, you wear something hot, and then you walk into the room and your spouse says, you think that's really? You think that looks hot?
It's like building a brand new entranceway with an elaborate paint job. Kind of a finish in your house, and your spouse walks in and says,
"Why'd you paint it that way?"
Brad will never live that one down.
It's a lot like that, but that's all right. That's all right.
But okay, we'll take the criticisms and continue to work it out. All right, get the communiques in at all social media again, Facebook, Twitter, and MeWe. Please sign up for a MeWe account, MeWe.com. They have partnered with us to go some really significant places, but we need your help here. If you want to change the world, if you want to change social media, if you want to change media, you got to help us help you by signing up for a MeWe account. I've shared, and this was a couple of Fridays ago, some of the things that we're going to do. But we have to have the support, and so does MeWe. We know that there are some really amazing things we can do. But please, we need you to spread the word and be evangelists and get your friends and families to sign up for a MeWe account today. You don't have to, use it instantly. It's going to take you a while to figure it out. But they have actually partnered with us and are sponsoring this to get you to sign up for a MeWe account, because we know there are big things we can do. We will, over the next couple of months, explain more and more. Our Black Friday event, we'll be able to explain a whole bunch more because we're offering free commercials. But that's kind of the culmination of a bunch of different projects we're working on. So a month from tomorrow, 1 month from tomorrow, we're on the air live, Black Friday Marathon, 12 hours, and we're going to lay out a bunch of the places we're going. Some of them include social media platforms and ways that we will really not just catch up with the progressive media, lead once again, where we can take back media. We know where some of this is going that others haven't even dreamed up yet. And we need your help. It starts with you signing up for a MeWe account. We've got to get about 100,000 or so around by the first of the year. We've already added thousands and thousands. I don't know the exact number. We're probably into the tens of thousands now. But we got to get about 100,000. All of this will be made clear in the next couple of weeks. Just please tell your friends and family to sign up for a MeWe account.
Exactly.
Did you get that?
I did get that.
MeWe.com. Sign up today.
We've scoured news platforms and agencies around the globe for today's most profound news headlines. Presenting them now, here's Brad Staggs.
And headlines are brought to you by MeWe.com. It's social media without the big brother eye in the sky watching your every move. Powerball and Mega Millions combined jackpot. Right now, $2.22 billion with a B dollars. Billion.
By the way, that $1.6 billion for just Mega Millions, that's likely going to go up. I mean, with the fever, with the frenzy.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
It could be 1.7, 1.8. It might
could
be 2.
And right now, the way it stands right now, the cash option is $904 million.
After taxes cash option, right now at the $1.6 billion Mega Millions, you walk away with around $620 million.
It's hardly worth playing. It's hardly worth playing.
I'll tell you what, it gets any bigger, I may play.
Right?
I mean, I may have
almost
to.
worth it. The Mega Millions pot is so out of control, its 11 directors have ramped up their usual twice-a-week phone call to once a day to figure out the new total.
Wow.
They were doing it twice a week. Now it's once a day. The lottery officials hold their next conference call today to analyze ticket sales over the weekend to determine whether or not it can up the jackpot. If sales are running ahead, we may take the jackpot up another notch.
Yeah. And some of that's based on if they see the added frenzy because of the higher numbers, it's worth it for them to ratchet it up a little more.
That's what the caravan's about.
They're trying to get in.
They're trying to get in here to play Powerball.
Mega Millions.
No, either one of them. And remember, you still have a better chance of getting struck by lightning during a shower with Doc Thompson while eating Chinese takeout than of winning Mega Millions.
I can make that happen for a lot less money. A lot less money. By the way, so Mega Millions is the highest ever now at 1.6. And Powerball is the second highest for them.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's 630 right now, and I think that is the second highest.
Because we have had one before that reached $1 billion.
Powerball?
One of those two.
I think it was Mega Millions that reached $1 billion. Yeah.
So right there. My wife said something like boy, it'd be great if we could. When I go, one of them. I'm planning on winning both of them.
And remember, you are more likely to get hit from a small piece of an asteroid from Uranus.
Can you imagine? Think about this a moment. And by the way, did you know there's only like 4 states that allow you to claim it anonymously? Every other state, they must. And I don't know how that works with a trust. I know some people have hidden it in trusts or something. Maybe you could do that. But I'm sorry, when you're talking that kind of money, I believe in transparency, but people should be able to claim it anonymously because you're going to be a target.
Oh, boy, are you.
And with $1 billion. So imagine if you legitimately hit both of them. I mean, truly. You may be lynched in public. Because everybody would assume the odds are just, you're like, sorry, there's something.
You would
they would do away with both of them because they would claim that it was a scam.
You would you'd have to move out of your house. You might as well just kiss all the stuff you've got right now goodbye, because you'd have to leave your home and probably never go back.
But I mean, can you imagine just the claims of impropriety?
Oh yeah. He grabbed me in high school, and yes, it's.
Oh no, I mean with just the lottery, if you hit both, they're like the odds of you hitting both.
Yeah. But I'm saying that they would sue you for your money, which people would do.
And for some of us, you'd have the money to pay people off for things you actually did.
And just to show you anything's possible, a Michigan woman parlayed her $50 winnings from a scratch-off lottery ticket into a $10,000 super raffle prize.
Oh, that's
so you see, it's possible. Natasha Brandt of Bay City. She bought a scratch off, won $50, said, I never played the lottery. Played the lottery and won $10,000. So, Natasha, when you win the Mega Millions and the Powerball, remember your old Uncle Brad.
Oh, by the way, I got $20 I didn't know I had from a scratcher.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
I just have the money right now. I'm probably going to buy more tickets. But no, so I purchased 5 tickets. And I knew one of them was a $5 winner. And I had him check them all. And he's like, okay, this one and this one. So the other one must have been a $20 winner.
You ever worry about that when you throw away the old scratch-offs that you may be throwing away?
I always have them checked now. And I'm so paranoid because sometimes people have, no, it's not a winner. And then they just pocket it. That I always take them back. Even and then I rip them up and throw them away. Because I'm like, you know what? Even if I end up wasting it, they didn't tell me the truth, you're not going to get the money.
They have a little scanner where you can do it yourself, so you can.
Not all of them.
You just don't go to the right high-class joints.
Okay, that's fine.
You should try going to the nicer neighborhoods.
There it is. We'll check your lottery tickets for you.
Just send them to us.
It's like that Coinstar. Is it Coinstar where they count your money and tell you how much for what? Is it 10%?
Actually, if you get one of the merchants who has the partnership with him, I think you get the whole amount, and they get So.
Yeah, we need one. It's like
20%.
We'll check your lottery ticket, and all of them are losers. Nope, sorry.
Yeah. But no, we're honest. Trust us. The FDA. This is good news. The FDA has approved smaller condoms for American men because regular ones are just too big.
That's a dirty lie. That's a stinking lie.
This is science.
No, that's hating on America. This is the progressive media around the world that hates America. That's what you know what it is. I believe in America and exceptionalism. This is the American progressive media trying to badmouth. I'm not going to.
You haven't picked up the latest Journal of Sexual Medicine, have you? Haven't you read your copy? Did it come in the mail yet?
Academia is filled with progressives, too.
Lying bastards.
The small penises. I'm not going to have any of that.
The Journal of Sexual Medicine showed that the average American's penis is 1 inch shorter than the minimum 6.69-inch length requirement for condom manufacturers. The U.S. Drug and Administration has approved smaller condoms.
Okay.
Ron.
I'm sorry. What was the length that they make them to?
The minimum 6.69 inches.
Really, they chose 69.
Yes, they did. 2014 study conducted on 1,661 American men from Indiana University. Oh, it's Indiana. Why didn't they say so? Well, you know what they say about the Indiana guys. Found the average penis length was only 5.57 inches.
Mine's 5.58.
The largest in the survey. Any guesses?
The largest?
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid to answer.
What do you think? What do you just throw me? Give me a number here. Throw me a number. What do you think? The largest?
7.32.
Yes, that's a good guess.
10.2 inches.
Meh.
The smallest?
I wouldn't know anything about that.
1.6.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Poor little fella.
You don't have to
Tell
worry.
me that guy does not have a chip on his shoulder. How do you not?
You have to worry about shutting that in the door somewhere, do you?
You could be
the dude's probably stacked up, built like a.
Oh, yeah. He could be tall, sure, it doesn't matter. But anytime small, little, whatever, you know it's out there. It's like.
You got to go to the gym overcompensate.
I mean, he's talking to a woman, and he's like, something about getting some ice cream. You want some? Yeah, just a little. What the heck's that supposed to be? Right? Seriously, that's. Wow.
Big old
Yeah. 1.6.
So,
1.6.
now I'm calling Bravo Sierra on this. I'll tell you why.
Why?
So think about this. Yes. All right. Roughly just under 50% of Americans are white, right?
Okay.
Okay. And you got like 7% Asian, something like that. We've got 16% brothers and sisters, right? We've got, let's say brothers, if you're talking men. So 16% brothers, right? And still, with that tipping the scale a little bit, we're still the lowest. Now, I'm sure if you put us up against Africa, any of the countries in Africa, not South Africa, you know, other countries in Africa, right, maybe we come up a little short.
Is it true? Is it true what they say about you people?
That's my arm.
How you?
Who is you people?
That's one of the scenes that was cut from
Blazing Saddles.
Maybe where she goes, "It's twoo, it's twoo," and they cut a line where he's like, "Well, I'm not going to do the whole line, but that's my arm." Because it's the dark.
That obviously was the line that
pushed it over the edge.
Mel Brooks didn't want to cross.
No, I'm serious. So 16% of the brothers. Now, but you put us up against another country that has less. I mean,
England.
Serious. England. Come on.
Oh, we kicked their ass.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And, China?
Yeah,
really?
right? Yeah.
Asian guys? Really? Really? Really?
Well, they do have Yao Ming, though.
Oh, wait a minute. There is a billion of those, so they're doing something right.
Yes, they are. They obviously are all functional quite well.
It's a stinking lie. It's propaganda.
Let's move on to some even more important news. The FDA has also agreed to okay a stronger opioid despite concerns. I don't understand.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because the one thing we've been lacking here in America is opioids and strong enough ones.
Stronger dose.
How do they get stronger? You take it once, and for the rest of your life, you're pickled?
It is 5 to 10 times more potent than fentanyl. And remember, fentanyl is what killed Prince. Fentanyl got Tom Petty. Fentanyl, I mean, the list goes. Are you pickled right now?
I'm just laughing because they're sitting around, they're like, all right, guys, here's what we need. Here's where we make a mistake. You see all that opioid epidemic? It's all over. It's a huge problem. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what we're going to do.
What's your solution?
Stronger. We make it far stronger. 2, 3, no. 5 to 10 times stronger.
Almost sounds like it'd be parody, doesn't it?
We're not killing enough rock stars.
Nope.
Seriously.
This
Why
is
do you
crazy.
need it stronger?
That's a really good question. Well, it's the that must be from New York. It's the whole, the drink. You can only get a 32-ounce drink, but you buy 2 of them.
Yeah, why has anybody been saying, Doc, I got to tell you,
what I need,
suffering with that pain, it's just whatever. Is there a way to just make this fentanyl stronger? Can we?
And the FDA is likely to follow the panel's advice. They regularly follow the committee's lead.
All right, here's the pill. And you remember when you take this, you'll feel the effects for the next, 40, 50 years.
And even from a capitalist standpoint, that makes no sense because you're going to sell fewer of them.
Right.
Or the pill is going to be $15,000.
Wow, so big pharma. If they said additional opioids, we got a new one. We make it from brick dust.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Or a healthier one.
Yep.
It's made from,
corn husks.
Corn husks.
Yes.
It's made from green bean extract, so you get some vitamins.
And added fiber at the same, because usually opioids just clog you all up.
Okay.
So we've got the fiber.
Fentanyl.
I know, 5 to 10 times more potent.
That's so silly.
So,
hey, I have to remind you about Tar River Arms. Tar River Arms, a new sponsor here of the Daily Mojo. Really cool stuff at Tar River Arms. They have revolutionized purchasing firearms online. Well, if you say, what is the problem with you expect that most people would have, or maybe you've had if you purchase firearms online? The biggest is you can't see the gun clearly enough.
Oh, you can at Tar River.
They have the 3D images, so you can spin it all around. This is awesome. And you get amazing prices as well. Tar River Arms is America's first virtual gun store. They're making it easier and more comfortable than ever to purchase your gun online, modernizing the way you do it. For those who prefer the brick and mortar experience, you've got a 3D interactive experience to view, so it's almost like you're there. It's the next best thing if you were planning on purchasing it in person. Plus, they have weekly specials that eliminate weekly specials, so you could go there and get, on top of their already great prices, the ones that they're like, okay, this is particularly good. We got this amazing deal that you should check out. In fact, they have a great deal right now. They have a Sig Sauer.
I was going to say, I was just looking at a Sig Sauer on their site. It's pretty cool.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's the Sig Sauer P365.
Yep.
Are you familiar with? I'm not familiar with that one.
It's
that model.
I've seen it. I've never held one, but it's a nice small gun. It's a 9mm.
Really
we got
slim
too. We got to shoot one out at the SHOT Show last year.
Specifically the P365.
Oh yeah,
It's
very
just
nice
one
gun.
that's so hard to get a hold of right now because
Yes.
one of them I think that's really hard.
Yeah, it's relatively brand new. Very nice gun. I think it comes in it's a little short double stack, but it is nice.
And it's just it's doing its little 360 dance on there. It's teasing me.
It's beautiful. Their retail price, $525. $525. Awesome price.
Wow.
They have a 6-hour compact tack flatliner holster to go, $63. And the 12-round magazine, $40. Total package value, $696. But the Tar River price for that entire package, $585.
Yep, that's this one, and this is amazing.
That entire package, normally, if you go out and get it, is almost $700. You'll get it for $585 at tarriverarms.com. Plus, they're going to throw in free shipping. And they take care of the transfer fee to your local FFL.
There's only 2 in stock right now, by the way. So
get it now.
Get it while it's
this
hot.
is going to go fast. tarriverarms.com. Can't say enough good things about the people there as well. They're working real hard to really make this a great experience for you. Tar River Arms. Don't forget that daily special. All right, back to your headlines.
Headlines continue now. It's T-minus 15. That is 15 days until the midterm elections. T-minus 15. Remember, Taylor Swift says, vote early, vote often.
Well, it's 15 days for anybody who's conservative, libertarian, progressives, though. It's 17 days.
That's right. That's right. Don't forget, if you lean to the left on the political spectrum, a special election this year, 17 days from tomorrow. 17 days. Don't forget, and they do not allow early voting in that election.
They really focus on late voting.
Yes, they really do. Every late vote counts as 2 early votes.
Well, and we know that. If you're progressive, you probably want to sleep in. Probably not working.
Polls don't even open until noon.
That's right. So they've kept it up for late voting for you.
Yes. By the way, it's also National Color Day.
Whoa! That is an entire month in
color. National Color Day.
Oh, like red, blue, green, purple.
Yes, exactly. Color has the power to affect mood, draw attention, even cause alarm.
The hell is the rest? The other 364 black and white?
Yep.
What does that mean, Color Day? We need a day to celebrate color.
Get out and buy colors as much as you can.
Well, I take color for granted quite often in my life. So this one day we'll set aside and
From this day
is there
forward.
a candlelight vigil? Do we put up a tree or something? Is there actually a feast or a dinner?
There's a caravan coming north to celebrate Color Day here in the United States of America. It was on this day in 1934, Pretty Boy Floyd was killed by the FBI. You just don't see any more good FBI shootouts with bad guys.
They don't have great names like they used
they
to,
don't.
right? That was awesome. That's Pretty Boy Floyd. It's Babyface Nelson.
Mm-hmm. Most of those guys hated those nicknames, by the way.
That's why they gave them to him.
Pretty Boy was given his nickname by some woman in Kansas City, I think. Some woman.
Yeah.
Some woman. In 1938, Chester Carlson. Well, Chester invented the photocopier, tried to sell it to Kodak, IBM, and others. They said no thanks. They had no use for such a device with such a simple concept.
Yep. By the way, he worked on that for 20 years at his kitchen table. If it's the guy I'm thinking about who developed 20 years, didn't have a background in any of that stuff. He's there mixing chemicals for the toner. 20 years, just I'm just gonna keep, tinkering around with this.
Mm-hmm. And
wow, that's persistence.
And now we all have them, every one of us.
Yeah,
everywhere. 1962, this was the day of the Cuban Missile Crisis, and in 2012, it's been 5-6 years now. Lance Armstrong was stripped bare naked, flogged in the streets
of his
7 Tour de France titles. That's been 6 years ago. Time flies. It's flown for Jeff Goldblum. He's 65. Christopher Lloyd is 79. Jonathan Lipnicki. You know who he is?
No.
The human head weighs 8 pounds.
Did you know? Bees
Jerry
and
Maguire.
dog can smell fear. Did you know?
Oh, the kid?
Yeah, the kid from Jerry Maguire.
27.
Wow.
27. And Summer Ferguson. Man, I can't believe it. Summer Ferguson's 18 years old today. That's truly amazing.
Good for her. I didn't think she was going to make it. What with
I
all the
didn't either.
struggles and trials and tribulations.
Exactly.
I mean, look at Ron. I just lost. Explain to Ron who Summer
Ron,
Ferguson
I
is.
get sick of
Embarrassing the rest of
Summer
us.
Ferguson is an Instagram star with more followers than the three of us and several of our closest friends combined, and making more money on Instagram than we will ever see in a lifetime. If you'd like to make a little bit of money, they're offering a reward
for
a cancer center in Kansas City, looking for an inflatable colon that was stolen.
Someone stole an inflatable ass?
Someone stole an inflatable.
Why would you have an inflatable ass?
Well, it's the colon valued at $4,000. It was stolen from a pickup truck that was parked in Brookside, Kansas City. It belongs to the University of Kansas City Cancer Center.
Guys, I mean,
so
you can't leave an inflatable ass just in the back of your pickup.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to
Really
secure
can't.
that armed guards.
Everybody wants an inflatable.
I mean, there's freaks out there going, is that an inflatable ass? Let's go get it.
Call the Kansas City Police. Yeah, they've info.
A free exchange of ideas. MoJo 50.
The outrage over the death of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi may soon disappear from the spotlight. Here's why. The Saudi government has made arrests and has assured the United States that they'll handle the situation appropriately. While many remain skeptical of the Saudis' explanation that a fistfight was the cause of death, it's unlikely that the U.S. will become further involved. In reality, similar tragedies often occur in the region as they have for decades due to the many conflicts that continually plague the Middle East. There's a push, however, by mainstream media and Democrats to focus a great deal of attention on Khashoggi's death. Dems have turned their full attention to this tragedy before the midterms with the hope of using it as an example of failure on the part of President Trump, who successfully negotiated an arms deal with the Saudis worth billions. Democrats would like nothing more than to see the lucrative deal between the two countries fall apart and have Americans question the relationship between Saudi Arabia and the U.S. in general. However, Dems know that the long-standing relationship between the two countries isn't going anywhere, and in the end, Saudi Arabia may only receive a slap on the wrist for the journalist's death. Khashoggi was an insider to the royal family and became one of its most outspoken critics, something that's not permitted in Saudi Arabia. According to the New York Post, he was also someone who supported Turkish President Erdogan, and he wanted the Saudi government to do the same. It was his goal to convince Saudi Arabia to show their support to Turkey instead of continuing their relationship with the United States and Israel. And for that, Khashoggi may have paid the ultimate price. That's today's Reality Check with Susan Knowles.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's D-I-A, thrive.com.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on your Daily Mojo. Kind of working out our new formatics here. I feel like we've been remiss in getting to some of the communiques today, so let's get to them now.
Hold on. Debbie Treadway over on Facebook. Morning, guys. Hoping Doc's head is feeling comfortable.
Aside from the lice or
it's warm
body lice that Matt Block left
fuzzy.
in it, it's fine.
Warm and fuzzy.
I'm paying off a bet. That's the reason I got the kitty cat hat on.
And Brian Bruce is watching this morning over on Facebook. I love Brian's wife, by the way.
Brian's wife?
I love Brian's wife.
Okay.
Christy. Just Brian knows that, though.
Okay.
Brian knows that. Over on the Twitter and the Twitter wall here, Bob Blah Blah.
I love the Bob Blah Blah.
He says to reduce long lines on Election Day, Republicans vote on Tuesday, November 6th. Democrats vote Wednesday, November 7th. That
always wise to remember. This is the new
service. I think, and I don't think enough news and information outlets actually provide that information on a regular basis, which I think is, quite frankly, it's un-American. So we, as true American patriots here, do want to make sure that you understand that the...
By the way, that's got to be our push. It's late voting is what we call it.
It is late voting, yes. I mean, there's
call it
late voting, and remember, you can vote up to 12 times in late voting. That is absolutely legal.
How was the weekend? Yeah, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my weekend. So Saturday night, went to dinner with the wife and kids. The wife says, let's go get something to eat. And I said, all right. She said, where do you want to go? I said, it's up to you. I don't care. So she said, well, Cubby's been wanting pasta.
Sounds good.
He wants noodles.
Pasta.
She said, let's go get some pasta. Cubby, what do you want? He said, I want noodles. And we knew specifically pasta-type noodles.
Noodles.
I said, okay. There is a Johnny Carino's in our town.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been to Johnny?
Yep, I've been to the Johnny.
They do a nice job. I got to be honest. Decent food to good, somewhere in there.
Love
I'll even say good. It's
Love
good.
his noodle.
Relatively inexpensive by comparison.
Yep.
I'm a fan of Johnny Carino's. Again, is it the greatest upscale like your Italian mom used to make? No. But for a chain restaurant, it's quality Italian and it's inexpensive. So we go there from time to time.
Right.
Cubby, you want to go? Yep, let's go. So drive over to the Johnny Carino's. It's me, my wife, Cubby, and also the little one, Wyeth. So pull in the parking lot, and you start instantly with the, okay, I got to get this, and you want to take this in, you got the whatever. Everybody that has kids has been through this, and it's a struggle, right? You got to get this little toy so that one's quiet, and this one whatever, and this
10
one
minutes
food.
just to get it from the car into
It is such a struggle. We get in there. Wife says, 4, can we have a booth, please? Yes, absolutely. Take a minute. Standing in there, waiting. Right this way. Shows us to the booth. We sit down. We set the menus on the table, and my wife's unpacking, and
all the accoutrements.
She looks around and goes, wow, they have really changed this place. Wow. And I said, that's because we're on the border.
Wait a minute. How did you get all the way in and seated before you realized?
Because they're right next door to each other.
You didn't notice maybe the smell of tortillas wafting from the kitchen? You didn't notice perhaps the Spanish-Mexican
decorations.
Flair in the restaurant? Did perhaps there was no wafting of garlic?
No,
none of that hit you.
No, I mean, completely different. And I even thought about it as I walk in. I was like, wow, they've really changed this place. I didn't even notice the big, what is it, Mexican or Spanish sun that they have, the tile work.
Sombreros hanging right? The mariachi band.
Woman carrying salsa and chips that she set it down at the table.
Olé.
None of that, because I hadn't picked up the menu.
Right.
But about 10 seconds before my wife said that, I was like, damn, they have changed this. And then I went, we're at the wrong place. How did that happen? Crap, On the Border's right next door. Crap, we're next door. And right as that happened, she goes, wow, they really changed this place. And I went, that's because we're at On the Border.
And how did Cubby not notice? If he wanted noodles, he knew where he's going to get noodles.
Would, but remember, the whole time walking out of the car in was, will you stop? Take this. Come, you're going to get hit by a car. Get over here. I got the baby. You just grab the thing. We'll sit there. 4, please. No, we need a booth. Just sit down. Unpacking, and we're On the Border.
Married foreplay is what that is right there.
Right. So then I'm like, well, are we having Mexican? Cubby wants noodles. Sorry, ma'am. We thought we were.
we thought we were
at the Italian place next door. We're going to go ahead and leave now.
Or we'll sit here if you can run next door and get us some noodles.
I mean, if you want to fetch that, that's fine.
Technically, I mean, if she'd been smart, she would have said, hey, look, I'll go get them for you. Bring them back here.
Right. So then we got to pack the little stuff up back in the thing. Head out the door. Walk over. So I walk out and I'm with Cubby. Wife has the baby and I'm carrying the stuff and I'm like, it's right next door. I mean, there's a little parking lot between them, but it's a small one. So I start walking and I'm like, where is she? So she obviously was dealing with her own little drop something, forgot something or whatever. I'm walking out and I'm looking back. I walk out. She starts heading to the car. I'm like, just walk. What are you driving for?
We're going to drive the car.
We're going to load up and put him in the kid's seat and strap him in. And if you don't strap him, what happens? That's the moment there's a cop car. And I'm telling you a different story that we were moving 8 parking spaces to the next parking lot. Right. And the cop sees us, child endangerment.
Yep. You'd be in jail. But still, you would have had a good story for morning.
Oh my gosh.
That's
so we load that all up in there. That is one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I thought it twice. It was like, wow, this place looks, man, the entrance is completely different.
It smells so, the tamales.
I think that shows you what's going on in my life, and that's what's going on in probably a lot of people's lives as kids. We sit down there.
When you start, yes. You have to stop and smell the roses every now and
then. The only way it would have been worse is if we had looked at the menu and I was like, wow, this Italian restaurant has done away with all pasta and they've gone Mexican now.
1024th Native Taint Sleeve said, note to Doc Thompson, if you want pasta, use your noodle. Cilantro smells different than garlic.
Oh,
it really does. It really does. There's a distinct difference between cilantro and garlic.
God, as I'm sitting there and I just looked, it was that first moment of, okay, we're in here and unpacked. And I looked around and went, damn, why is this all different? I mean, why would they renovate? And it's looking more like a and right then my wife, they've really changed this. That's because we're On the Border.
That's like reading something in a book and seeing something completely different and taking you 3 or 4 times to read it and go, oh, that's not what that says at all.
Right. So, and here's what happened too. So these restaurants are kind of the outbuildings of like a strip mall.
Yeah.
And there's 2 entrances to get into it near those, to the strip mall near those buildings.
The front door and the back door.
No. You can go at an entrance just before Johnny Carino's, and then immediately is On the Border, or you can go to the one after On the Border.
Okay.
And then once you pull in them, you got to go into the strip mall and then make kind of a button hook and pull into those parking lots. Right. And then those are connected. You could easily go from one to the other. And I do this all the time. I forget where the entrance is because it's kind of hidden, the one before Johnny Carino's. So it never fails. I'm like, oh, damn it, I'll just go to the next one. So I did that and then button hooked in, and in the middle of the, will you sit down? We're almost, stop it. Like doing that. I was like, okay.
You forget how simple life is when you go home, don't you? Forget just...
horrible. So, moronic is what it was.
By the way, Gwen is over on Facebook. She has regained her respect for you with the hat. And by regained respect, I think it's obvious what she means.
Yep.
It's sad.
So here it is. Yes, I'm paying off a bet. Do I still have the press one in there?
Yeah, it's hanging on by a thread.
I felt too.
Maybe the light. Now you've lost the pole.
You know why I got the one that says pull?
That's the.
It's an homage
to
Curly. Right. Do you remember when they're trying to get into it's like a racetrack or something, and they see
I
they
actually remember
they can't afford to get in, but they see people with press passes,
vending machine
that get in without So they take the knobs off of a vending machine that says press. And the first two have press, and then Curly has one that says pull. And they go press, pull. And he goes in, right.
They do this, you do this.
So it's an homage.
That's showing respect for something from the past for those Santa Anita.
So I want to get your take on this. Speaking of parenting, a dad was featured on social media, went kind of viral, and then a bunch of other media wrote about it because he punished his kid, his son, for being mean to his mom. So the kid's mean to his mom, mouthing off, whatever. So the dad punished him by escorting his, I think, 11-year-old son to the bus stop.
That was the punishment?
He was wearing a black dress.
The dad?
Yep.
How did that punish the kid?
Embarrassment.
In this day and age, though.
Okay, so I have a lot of questions about this. The first is, does that really embarrass the kid? Number two, people are going to bitch about that. How dare you, saying that a man dressed as a woman is an embarrassment and whatever. Right. Sorry, but it is still to some, I would guess. Three, is that a good punishment for a parent to dole out? Because all of the experts online, they quoted Sylvia Snord better than parenting than you from the such and such magazine on good parenting, says that's not the proper way to punish a child. And
how about a belt across the butt?
Oh, right. So, number one, are kids embarrassed by that now? I would think some still are.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much as used to be.
I would hope so.
Dad wears a dress to the bus stop.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe it was a little kinky thing Dad had going on.
Okay, see, that crossed my mind as well. Maybe Dad was just, no, I'm punishing him. This will show him. And by the way, if this doesn't do the trick, I'm going to have sex with men. That will punish him, honey. Trust me. Junior, you may see me dating men now and then, but this is just to punish you.
This is going to hurt me?
More than it hurts. Hopefully, if I do it right. It's going to go ahead and do that. That thought crossed my mind. He's put it out there.
They didn't think about this crap in 1943.
Right,
they really
exactly.
didn't. They didn't.
Right. And then number two, is that a bad parenting move? I think it's an actual pretty good parenting move. I mean, if the kid would be embarrassed by it.
Well, if I look to the parenting manual on page 87.
Mean, from your perspective.
Yes. Let's see. Would that... Okay, first of all, the kid you say he was being mean, quote unquote, mean to the mom.
I think, back talking, that type of thing.
First of all, that's talking back to an adult that deserves the old tsh. That's the backhand on the butt. That's you knock that off right now. Which,
right.
You probably get arrested for. You slap the kid on the butt. That's what butts are for. But this is like punishment light. No.
Ron, whatever. You're a parent, right?
I am a parent.
Okay. Is this an inappropriate, or do you think it could be for the right scenario effective?
No, in the right scenario, it could be effective. I have a 12-year-old daughter at home right now that if I wore a black dress, she would be mortified.
See, there it is.
Mortified.
The rest of us would be hot.
Yep.
Now, some of my other kids would be like, hell yeah, look at that.
They'd have fun with
just it. That wouldn't really, it wouldn't really
Well, at 11, though, probably did.
Yeah.
See, now here's the overall failure of this story, though.
All right.
The kid is rude, back-talking his mom. Dad says, I'm going to take care of this.
All right.
See, Nora Thompson didn't have that problem. She didn't have to wait for Bud Thompson to take care of business.
Right.
Back talking from right? I got wrapped more times in the mouth with her rings.
It didn't take.
It didn't take?
No.
No, it actually did. It little bits and pieces along the way.
You could be worse?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still back talk other people, but not her.
Right. See? Oh, I guess it did take.
Oh, Nora, my mom has like several rings. And
each one of them hurts.
She has her engagement ring and her wedding ring, and then she has an anniversary my dad got her, and she had her Eastern Star ring. She belonged to Lodge, and those are all on one hand, and that was her right hand or left hand.
Good thing she didn't win a Super Bowl.
Right.
That would have hurt.
Just smack it. Little fat lips. A lot of fat lips from Nora Thompson. And that's how it is, you know.
My mom, I was always the wait until your dad gets home, because Dad had the belt and Dad had the boot.
Oh, no. If it wait till Dad gets home, it was over. I mean, that was
death.
That was the nuclear option.
Yeah.
But Mom didn't have that. I remember I was 13 to 15, somewhere in that age range. I might have been close. Yeah, I think I was closer to 15. And summertime, a couple of friends come down to visit me. We lived in this, I say, resort area called Geneva on the Lake. It's in Ohio. It's bizarre. It's like a resort area for retarded people. I'm not kidding. It's like, you know how if you go to like a Myrtle Beach or a New Orleans and you get off, damn it, on a side street somewhere, and you're like, hey, this looking really, really shady, and then you go a side street from it and you're like, okay, it's going to be trouble.
Right.
That's the nice area of Geneva on the Lake. Really shady.
So you got good drugs there.
Yeah.
Good.
So some friends come down to visit. It's summertime. We have a little front screen door, and we're walking out. A couple of friends going out before me. Mom's standing next to the door. And right as I'm passing her, I give her a little oops. And she reaches, like, because I had already passed her, and I'm stepping out the door. And she reaches back and grabs the front of my neck and goes, wham! Down, and I go onto my back, and she gets on top of me, slaps me around a little bit, and is like, don't talk back to me, blah, blah, blah. And of course, my friends are there too.
Oh, that, yeah.
So the embarrassment is horrible.
That does work. You know, when you get taken down by your mom, that's probably not something you want to tell a lot of people. That's
yeah, my mom.
Your ass kicked by a girl.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. And my mom was, I mean, for the time, pretty tall. She was 5'7", almost 5'8" for, I mean, that's,
right.
You know.
That is tall.
And she wasn't,
she had a
svelte at that point.
She could clothesline you pretty easily.
Oh, yeah, yeah. She didn't play around with that. So I get this or whatever. But yeah, I'm questioning, you know, maybe Dad really wanted to wear the dress. I just think it's interesting. And I do like the alternative punishments like
and
this.
not that there's anything wrong with the father wanting to wear a dress. That's, we do.
Hey, we live in different times
yes, we
now,
do.
right?
It's long
he
as
could be a dad who identifies as a mom. Who am I to judge? And that's fine. And that's what we're about here.
We don't even care if the shoes match the dress.
We don't care. Or the carpeting, the drapes.
Nope.
We do not care. That's up to you.
Might
just
be hardwood floors.
Don't make us pay for it.
That's right. Got to keep them polished.
There's a grout joke in there somewhere with tile, but maybe we just move on. Get the comments in with the hashtag What I Learned Today on Twitter, Facebook, and, of course, MeWe.com. Make sure to sign up for an account if you haven't done so already. It's MeWe.com. Yes, the pink hat is because I lost the bet, too. Matlock of the Conservative Cartel that will be coming up just over an hour from us from right now on MoJo50.com. MoJo Wild Rice is waiting for you at MoJoWildRice.com. This is Minostalgia Wild Rice, and we call it MoJoWildRice.com because most people cannot spell Minostalgia.
Quick, spell Minostalgia. Ron can't do it.
Right.
M-I-N-E-S-T-A. Is it?
I think there's two N's.
It's easier to do with
maybe it's only one. I don't know.
MoJo.
MoJo.
There it is. MoJoWildRice.com. I'm not kidding. We had so many people when they first started advertising with me a while ago say, this is great, but I don't know how to spell it. I have to keep spelling this out. So I said, you know what? We're going to change the name. It's MoJoWildRice.com. It starts with the only native grain to North America, this wild rice that is just wonderful. It really is a superfood. It is a starch Think about rice being a starch, right? That's normally okay, don't eat too much of that because it's starch and you got to have the good other stuff, the healthy stuff. But you're like, but I really want the starch because it's so good. This starch is almost not just a protein, but a complete protein, meaning if you just add just a little bit of other protein, some egg, some meat, maybe it's a plant-based protein.
You're making me hungry.
Oh, I know, right? If you add just a little bit of that, it's a complete protein by itself. So if you're trying to lose weight or if you're vegetarian or vegan, then we'll know because you'll tell us. This is perfect. Yes, it's got trace minerals and vitamins in it. It's great for your family, and it's so simple to make. Make up a bunch ahead of time, and you got it in the refrigerator, and you just scoop it out during the week and make it in different things. You can make soups out of it. We're heading into fall. Think about that. The beef soup with rice, beef wild rice soup, or vegetable wild rice soup.
Comfort food.
Oh, it's awesome. And this is like fill you up, stick to your ribs type, going to be with you a while. It's awesome. This rice has a unique texture and flavor unlike anything you've had. When you hear wild rice, you're thinking, the box stuff you get. The black guy in the box, what's his name?
Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben.
I don't know. Is that him?
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
So.
Did you say Uncle Ben?
Someone say
Uncle Ben? Uncle Ben's wild rice. Yes.
He just that was pretty.
This is
there.
Way healthier and way tastier at MoJoWildRice.com.
Uncle Ben ain't got nothing on MoJo Wild Rice, let me tell you.
Ron wasn't paying attention. He's like, wait, Uncle Ben?
Food?
It was like triggered. That guy ose me money.
I heard is that the black guy on the box. And then I didn't hear what Brad said.
That bastard owes me money. You mentioned it him.
Is he here?
Here.
You tell him I need to talk to him.
I'll meet him out back in 10 minutes. I kick his ass.
Wow.
MoJoWildRice.com. Plus, try the other edible memories from the Northwoods of Minnesota, the jellies, the jams, the syrup, the mixes. It's awesome. Here's what you want to do as we're heading into fall as well. Because you got the holidays coming up. You got Super Bowl party in the, after the first of the year. You got all kinds of other fall parties.
Nasty, unclean relatives coming over.
You got all of that stuff. Try this. Get the pepper jam, the pepper jelly jam. I don't know if it's pepper, both either. Pepper jelly. Pepper jelly at MoJoWildRice.com. You put a little piece of cream cheese on a plate.
And by little, you mean a big slab.
Big slab of it. If you want to make it look not like you just took it out of the silver package, you just kind of mix it up a little bit, make it in a ball, whatever. Yeah. Put the pepper jelly on top of it and heat it up for like 10, maybe 15 seconds max. Just enough to make it just a little bit gooey and soft. Serve it with some crackers. People will flip for it. It is amazing.
And you can invite your black friends too.
Yes, you can.
Not just crackers.
That's right. You can. No, I mean the things you eat, you dip in.
Crackers.
Yeah,
gotcha.
crackers. MoJoWildRice.com. Try it today.
Yeah, Kermode Bear says, I used to work at Eddie's Grill in Geneva on the Lake. Resort for retarded people is pretty accurate.
He worked there seriously? Wow. That's like the destination. It's kind of like a 50s. And Eddie's Grill is good for what it is. I mean, it's a little...
Nobody puts Eddie in a corner. Mark Vecchio said, I'm so offended that he's laughing his butt off. TJ Crusader Vol looking shady. That's all of Myrtle Beach, not just the side streets now.
But seriously, I'm not kidding. Think about that. Now think it's just smaller and more dumbed down. You have your little town festival everyone has. It's the Rhubarb Jamboree. It's the, right?
Clothing optional.
It's the Willow Festival, whatever your town has. You think about like the two rides, the carnies that come through, because this is not like your big county fair or state fair, where there's like two of those guys that have it, and it's real... It's worse than that, and it's up in this. It's just ridiculous.
Wow. No, that's just a stupid joke. I'm not even going to give that
okay.
Not even giving that airtime. Donna said over on Twitter, growing up, one classmate about 10 years old had to endure his dad being sub-teacher because he needed to be watched during school. And I remember kids who had either knew the substitutes or their parents were a substitute. That was, for whatever reason, that was really embarrassing, having your parent as like the substitute teacher.
Yeah.
My friend Brian, his mom worked in the office. That came in handy sometimes, though.
Yeah, that actually one of the things that wouldn't have bothered me.
Wow.
I wouldn't have.
Oh, this is 1024th native taint sleeve. Oh, it was Uncle Ben. When you started asking about a black guy in a box, I was thinking Cosby.
That's in a cell.
Wow,
That's very
it's
different.
cell.
So,
Well,
but
it's a small box
I understand
there.
what you're saying, though.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not
And Paul B says Eddie's Grill is a little pricey. So I guess he's been to Eddie's Grill up there in the...
It is, for what it is. Yeah, it is not cheap. Don't get me wrong.
You know, and people have found the best poses of you in that hat.
Oh, good.
It's amazing what technology... Can you imagine if we were doing this this program in 1950? How much less entertaining it would be?
Mm-hmm. I can. All right, get the comments in. Hashtag what I learned today. If deemed worthy by Ron, whatever his name is, at the end of the broadcast, we'll include you in there as well. What is it?
Ron Phillips.
No, that's not it. That's it. Ron, what's your last name?
It's Ron Phillips.
That would be Phillips.
No, you're wrong. I've heard it before, and that doesn't sound right. I think you guys are messing with me on this or whatever. The Houston Museum of Natural Science had to issue an apology for using a racial slur in the subject line of an email. Now, just based on that, without saying what the slur is, give me the scenario. What will be the details that I share with you? They had to apologize for a racial slur in the subject line of an email. Like, what is going to be the meat of this story here? Because if you told me this, I would say somebody slipped, autocorrect. We've had that claim before. They joked around with a friend and published the wrong one, something like that.
Dear Mr. Nervenberger, I have no idea. What?
The subject of the email about their annual Halloween party said, anything coming to mind?
No,
Go ahead and
no monkey costumes.
Okay, right. That would be something about monkey around because we said that in Florida. No, party with spooks.
That was my next guess. Really?
And they had to apologize for that because they said it was offensive. Party with spooks.
Hey, beat it, spook. This don't concern you. Who you calling spook, Peckerwood?
Peckerwood.
Do you remember that scene?
What was that movie? Was
From
that
Back to the Future?
Oh,
Remember that?
Right.
Hey, beat it, spook. This don't concern you. Who you calling spook, Peckerwood? Hey, listen, guys. Look, I don't want to mess with no reefer addicts, okay?
He doesn't want to mess with any reefer addicts, okay? Come on, guys. Primarily, by the way, I wonder how many young people actually know that being a racial slur. If you said spook, go to most people, or spooks,
they would say ghost, Halloween, I would think.
Millennials, I would be willing to bet 90-some% would say that.
Scary.
You get Gen X, they still, if you said that to me, I would still lead with that. I know it's a racial slur. People have used it.
I don't even know where it comes from.
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Actually, you know what it probably comes from? I'll bet the history of it is akin to Little Rascals. Do you remember whenever anything... there's one, I think they believe there were ghosts in the schoolhouse and it was a stormy night and you see the janitor walking around with the big eyes.
Yeah.
Like that. I'll bet it's something like that tied in, but who knows? But the museum president, they didn't even get any backlash. The president offered an apology before they did.
Wait, but nobody complained?
No, that's right. He said, it's a tie to our annual Halloween party, which we've been doing for 10 years. The word was meant to be a riff on the word spooky.
Yes.
That was the intention. Internal eyes noticed the subject line directly after it was sent and thought it may be a problem.
Oh, good grief. So they in their quest to get ahead of what could have been a PR nightmare in their eyes, they created a PR nightmare.
Yes, that's
nice.
exactly right.
Well,
they offered up the apology. They said the Houston Museum of Natural Science is committed to diversity and inclusion. We deeply regret that the subject line of this newsletter included a word which is an offensive connotation and sincerely apologize to anybody who was potentially offended by the word.
Hey, beat it, spook. This don't concern you.
This is
Who you calling spook, Peckerwood?
how sensitive we have become.
It's so stupid.
So that's now a thing. You'll never be able to refer to ghosts, goblins, and spooks. It's over.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. MoJo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thompson. At least 5,000 Central Americans continue their trek north through Mexico, vowing to enter the U.S. illegally. Instead of dispersing, once it reached Mexico, the caravan has grown and may now total up to 7,000 people. President Trump threatens to deploy the military to close the southern border if Mexico cannot or will not stop the marchers. The president tweets, "The caravans are a disgrace to the Democrat Party. Change the immigration laws now." In an earlier tweet, the president wrote that if the Democrats would stop being obstructionists and come together, we could write up and agree to new immigration laws in less than 1 hour. After the president announced plans to pull out of a 1987 nuclear treaty signed with the Soviets, National Security Advisor John Bolton has arrived in Moscow for 2 days of talks. Mr. Trump has accused Russia of repeatedly violating the treaty, which he says has blocked the U.S. from developing new weapons. The treaty prohibits the U.S. and Russia from possessing, producing, or test flying ground-launched nuclear cruise missiles with a range of 300 to 3,400 miles. Turkey's president says details of the killing of columnist Jamal Khashoggi will be revealed in a speech tomorrow in the Turkish parliament. Khashoggi was killed inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. And Saudi Arabia says the crown prince has now called Khashoggi's son, expressing condolences for the death of the columnist. Well, there's some relief at the gas pump over the past couple of weeks.
We have a drop of a nickel at the national average pump price for regular grade. Gasoline now costs $2.92 on average.
That's fuel price analyst Trilby Lundberg. Futures pointing to a higher open later this morning on Wall Street. Dow futures up about 133 points.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
It's a funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RIDUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism,
Yes,
so you're
it does.
burning more.
Yeah,
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
Doc Thompson, MoJo 50.
All right, speaking of the occult, the underworld, there's a counselor in the UK who made an amazing admission on a television broadcast recently in England. Anyway, 30-year-old Amethyst Realm.
Not her real name.
What? She's from Bristol, rather. And she is a spiritual guidance counselor. She made a shocking admission. She claims, well, I'll just go to the interview and let you hear her being interviewed. And
good.
Ready? Here it is. Ready?
Sex? Yeah, I had sex with the ghost.
With a ghost?
Yeah. Yes. But you can't wrap your arms around a ghost.
That's a good point. You can't wrap your arms.
That was an insightful remark on her part.
You can't wrap your arms around a ghost.
No, you can't. It's a lot like trying to, let's say, put a smoke ring on your finger. It's just very difficult to do.
Thank you. You can't wrap your arms around a ghost, nor your legs. Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me, like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. WeThePeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you're going to think the same way as for from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. WeThePeople.dating.
Ship has landed.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on your Daily Mojo. Appreciate you joining us. No, that pink thing on my head is a hat. It's not a growth.
Very nice.
It wasn't
hat.
an accident.
Very nice.
It's a kitty cat hat.
Very nice hat.
It's become the official way we punish people, staffers here at Mojo 50 for screwing up, or when you lose a bet. This is it.
Infested with head lice. That's the punishment.
It's not the embarrassment.
Nope. That's embarrassment. That's too simple.
It's the scabies.
Yes,
that's what it is.
The gift that keeps
scabies
on giving.
or scabies?
Scabies.
Bees with a B, right?
Scabies.
Scabies.
I like boobies.
Is that also a bug thingy too, scabies? I think it's a bug thing, right?
Scabies. Aren't they just like open, oozing sores?
They're bugs.
Are they? Scabies?
I know the neighbor kids had them.
Ron knows about STDs.
Yeah.
Ron, in your experience.
I don't have a clue.
Are
about
scabies, are those bugs?
I don't know.
Oh,
Let me look that up for you.
You've heard of scabies, right?
I've heard of scabies.
They're great on
I always equated it to crabs, but I don't know. No
one wants to admit they know what they are.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what's going on here? Okay.
Apparently, we have a problem with them over in Fort Worth because every other day there's a billboard out there recommending we all go in for a free STD check. Somebody's making some money.
Doesn't it say take your friend?
Take your friend. Friends take friends to get a free STD check in Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, you know who we haven't heard from in a while? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
That's true. We have not heard from that wonderful woman.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's time we hear from her now. Because she's still out there on the campaign trail, you know.
Oh, yes. She's not going to give up. Not that easily.
She had some interesting thoughts about climate change.
Oh, this ought to be entertaining.
And the importance of us taking it seriously. Said we have a history of dealing with such large concerns.
Big
concern. I mean, because this is catastrophic potentially,
well, yes,
right?
It's the world over. It's a concern for the entire globe, the planet.
Here is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
So when we talk about existential threats, the last time we had a really major existential threat in this country was around World War II, and so we've been here before.
Did you catch that?
Was she saying international fracas? What did she say? I can't. It sounds like she's talking in the bottom of a pool.
I'm pretty sure I heard existential threat.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, I thought I heard.
What did you?
Fracas.
International fracas.
Yes, that's what I heard when I closed my.
What exactly is a fracas?
A fracas is a melee, a fray, if you will. It's an international fracas.
He used those words to describe fracas.
International
fracas.
I need to write that down for what we learned today.
Without scabies.
Okay, very good. Yes, and I'm glad I paused then. I know the quality isn't the best. Glad I paused for those people that had some difficulty hearing it. Yes, she said an existential threat, meaning a threat to our existence.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Would you? And then she said the last time we had a threat to our existence was World War II.
That was the last time we had a.
Okay, I mean, I will grit my teeth and give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, we could nitpick and say, you could say 9/11 potentially. You could say that terrorism. You could say that the Cold War.
Yeah, to our way of life, to our yes.
You could say today's the anniversary of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
You could say this, the Cuban Missile Crisis. I mean, we came as close to nuclear war then as ever.
We dodged a bullet.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of things that you could claim were a potential threat to our very existence since World War II. But I'm not going to.
Let's give her the
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
That's
okay.
very kind of you.
Here we go.
So when we talk about existential threats, the last time we had a really major existential threat in this country was around World War II.
That was, I would say World War II was more of an international fracas.
It really was.
I mean,
so you see, that makes...
Was it international?
In context, it was international.
And was it a fracas?
Yes, it was.
I mean, there was a lot of commotion and happenings and I would say pandemonium, melee in place. Not everywhere, but some places were meleeing. All right.
And so we've been here before, and we have a...
Wait, what?
We've been here before. Is that what she said?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Talking of climate change, we've been here before because of that international fracas called World War II.
Wow, she's really struggling.
We've been here before because they're both existential threats.
World War II. And so we've been here before, and we have a blueprint of doing this before. None of these things are new ideas. What
we have a blueprint of doing things before.
And none of this is a new idea, right?
Right, climate change.
Yeah,
so I think she means how to handle this international fracas of climate change and World War II. We've been here before. So I get the with a stretch. I mean, if you believe in climate change, that it is threatening our very existence.
Man-made climate change.
Yes, man-caused. Thank you. If that's the case, then I guess you could say, with a stretch, that they're both threats to our existence. Okay, I will give her that.
Existentially speaking.
Yes. But we have a blueprint for how to deal with them because we succeeded in World War II?
None of these things are new ideas. What we had was an existential threat in the context of war. We had a direct existential threat with another nation. At this time, it was Nazi Germany and
See, it wasn't just with another nation. It was a couple nations. I don't know if it's, so hang on.
nation. At this time, it was Nazi Germany and the Axis.
And the Nazi Germany and the Axis.
Well, how else would you pronounce AXES? Axis.
I'll tell you what, Hitler and his exes. Oh my gosh. Some biatches all up in there.
All his exes
kicking our American ass. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
See, had they not been with the blah, 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 he might have been an average, okay, cool cat.
Yeah.
You might have met Hitler in a bar and said, that guy sounds all right. He's got some good ideas.
Have a beer with him. Sit down and talk.
Something like that. The beer garden with Hitler or something. But the exes and then what have you invaded lately? Right? They're giving him that. He's like, damn it, all right, I'll take Poland.
Do you believe
France? Okay, if I take France,
we are
is
happy
it okay
now?
Then? He's sitting in the bunker going, if you just let me do it my way, but no.
Why'd you have to invade him to that part of the country? Why couldn't you have taken the tanks around the front like you told me you were going to do?
Sudetenlands.
No wonder he was pissed off all the time.
Oh, right.
He had to have that in
It was the
one ear.
nagging. So I think she meant the Axis powers.
I think that may have been what she was referring to.
What
Bless
with
her
Hitler
heart.
and his exes?
Right.
That was a big problem. Dating in World War II was very difficult. Because, see, when you go on the dating sites, or I guess it was personal ads at the time.
I think it was. You had to go into the newspapers.
Had to go into it. And you're putting it, as soon as people find out you're Hitler.
Right. The Hitler.
Right. You're going to get the crazies.
Yes, you are.
You're going to get all the ladies who come out not loving you for who you are inside
that
you
human.
Hate Jews.
Right.
Your Jew-loving true self or Jew-hating true self. They're not going to love you for that. It's going to be about the power.
Yeah, it's exactly
It's going to
right.
be, can I go to the Eagle's lair, right?
Yep.
Can I go and hang out? Can you steal a bunch of famous art for me? This type of thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's not going to be like that.
It's
So
going to be personal.
here it is.
existential threat with another nation. At this time, it was Nazi Germany and the Axis. Who explicitly named the United States as an enemy. And what we did was that we chose.
Okay, so she's comparing them, and we deal with it. They specifically said United States is an enemy, much like climate change has. Climate change, getting out there, speechifying.
Yeah, rounding up the tanks and the they've got.
So climate change is a person.
Yeah, it is now. It is now. They're stockpiling weapons too.
Listen, I'm climate change. Y'all can call me just Mr. Change. That's what I prefer.
Or
that shows the
CC.
proper respect.
I like CC.
You
too,
can do
'cause
just to
it's,
my close friends, though.
Yeah.
Until then, I'm
cool
just going to have to keep
nickname.
kicking your ass.
Mr. Change.
Storms, they're going to be bigger. They're going to be more common.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is heating up, but we'll have more snow.
Yeah.
We'll have more snow with that.
Lots
That's
more.
right.
Lots more snow.
So I'm declaring war on the United States. That's why I'm here today.
Only the United States, though. That's it.
That's right.
The only one.
That's right. The rest of the countries, you're all cool right now because you've been willing to pony up some dough.
When I say cool, I mean you're cooling off.
Cooling
But,
off.
I could heat you right back up
Right,
again.
and less money. That's what I want.
That's all I need.
You get me some carbon credits. I'll gobble them up. We'll be good to go. But until then, United States, you're my enemy.
See, my good friend Al Gore, he has complete details.
Mobilize our entire economy and industrialize our entire economy. And we put hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people to work in defending our shores and defending this country.
We put hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, to work.
I thought she was talking about tiger combing.
No. No.
An international fracas with tiger calming.
No.
Oh.
So she's saying we mobilize this country. We got the factories together.
Right.
And with all those factories, we were able to defeat the Nazis.
Yes.
And Hitler's exes. So we were able to do that. And she's not wrong there.
No.
One of the ways we were able to win, and ways all wars are won, is with cash.
Yes.
And you're the one with the money and able to get all the supplies, and we were able to do that. She's right. But see, here's the thing with comparing those that could be a problem. All of those factories.
Right.
Spewing out a bunch of pollutants.
Right. They're kind of helping with the whole.
If we get those factories all geared up again.
You see, what happened here was she went out and she didn't run this by her committee of people that would have said, no. Don't talk. Just let us write this and you just go out and say it. Instead of saying what you're thinking, which is never a good idea, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez. Instead of saying that, wait until we write it down, then you just say what we write.
We have to do the same thing in order to get us to 100% renewable energy.
There it is.
And that's just the truth of it. It may seem like really big, it may seem...
What we need, I'm just going to throw this out there for you. I'm just going to propose this. It's going to sound radical. We have to win the battle, the war against climate change.
Yes.
The same way we defeated the Nazis. Are you ready?
Yes, ready. I'm ready and willing.
And I'm just going to throw this out there. It's going to require a lot.
Okay.
It's going to require some people to really get behind this.
Some sacrifices.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
A Manhattan Project. A second Manhattan Project.
Brilliant.
We developed the next wave of nuclear weaponry that will wipe out climate change.
I like that.
Because the Manhattan Project.
Yes.
It's a huge part of us winning World War II.
Yes.
Right?
We will take it out.
We just bomb the nuclear snot out of climate change. That's how we do this.
That'll teach them. That'll teach climate change to come around here again.
Now, we got to keep this secret. I mean, I'm throwing this out there for you, but if we don't keep this thing secret, this could be a problem, right?
What if climate change finds out how we're planning to attack and then just a couple of counteroffensive moves and we're sunk?
Well, and likely, and I'm just speculating here, climate change is working on their own Manhattan-type project.
Oh, yes.
Right? I mean, you can't leave anything to chance. They're out there looking for the next weapons of tomorrow.
They're not stupid.
Not enough to have, the climate being weaponized.
You can't change the climate of the entire world and be an idiot at the same time. You're a smart, sentient being.
That's right. So this is going to be an issue for us. You got to be careful with this stuff. So we have to race to get the next Manhattan Project together before climate change does as well. Now, at a different speechifying moment, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had some other things to say about the climate as well. Ready?
There is no debate as to whether we should continue producing fossil fuels. There's no debate. We should not. Every single scientific consensus.
She said there's no debate.
There isn't no debate.
There's no debate whether or not we should. No, there really is quite a bit of debate.
So you get so confused with the facts.
Yeah, she said there is absolutely no debate left. Should we continue to produce fossil fuels? And see, I think we should. And she says there shouldn't. So this would foster, Brad, what is that word I'm looking for? A debate.
Yes, that too.
Debate. A disagreement, and I'm willing to debate it.
Wow, you'd want to hold on. You would step into the ring with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You would dare to.
I would dare with that.
Wow.
And I would debate her.
That's ballsy.
I am a master debater.
Not Dr. Ford ballsy, but close. That's very ballsy.
It is, but I mean, I think I owe that to society.
Oh, man.
If she's willing to debate me, I don't know her debating skills. I don't know if she's a master debater like I am.
Well,
but I'd be willing to roll the dice.
I think you just look into her eyes, and I think that you could see that she probably has a skill set.
No debate as to whether we should continue producing fossil fuels. There's no debate. We should not. every single scientific consensus.
Every single scientific consensus.
Every last one of them. There's not one with a differing opinion. There's not one who comes down on the side of actually we should continue to manufacture fossil fuels.
Except all the ones that do.
Right, exactly.
Okay, here we go.
Just earlier this week, the IPCC released.
Oh, the IPCC. If you can't trust the IPCC,
right? Who can you trust?
I mean,
right?
You know, what are you going to do?
Go
right?
to the IPCD.
We've got 12 years left to turn this ship around and save.
That's ship. You got 12 years left to turn this ship around. Let me get it again.
12 years left to turn this ship around and save future generations.
You know, it's funny. 12 years. That's longer than what some of the others have told us 20, 30 years ago.
Yes, exactly. And may I remind her that, quite frankly, we won't have 12 years if we stop manufacturing fossil fuels, because the ship that we are going to turn around will not be running any longer because it runs on fossil fuels.
It's funny how it's always mass extinction just a certain number of years down the road.
Yes,
the clock's always ticking.
Yeah, it is.
And yet they're never hold to account for their past predictions that didn't come true. I find that interesting.
So the question that we have is
Here it
not,
is.
are we going to wallow in despair?
Are we going to wallow in despair, Brad?
I'd like to wallow in mud.
That's not the question. That was a trick question. Because that's not the question. The question is...
Is that what are we going to do to make it better?
Yes. What are we going to do to make it better? That's right. That's the question. You probably thought it was another question. No, that was not the question at all.
Question. See, that's the trouble with her. You've got to get up really early in the morning to keep up with Miss Ocasio-Cortez, because she is a genius, a genius. She's a smart cookie. That one.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Would you date her? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Date her, yes. Would I marry her? No.
Because she's okay looking. She's got the crazy eyes.
She does, but if you
don't want to look directly at the crazy eyes.
Because that's when the snakes pop out of the top of her head. It's like Pandora's box.
So let's clear up the dating part. Dating, when I see dating.
Do I have to buy her dinner?
Yeah. How can I clean this up? See, I use dating to mean several different things. Dating could be we're going to go out on dates.
No. I don't want to go.
It's like a relationship.
I don't want to be seen in public with her. I just
would you spend the evening with her?
Yes,
some sort of romantic tryst. Would you?
Absolutely. Under a false identity and wearing a fake mustache.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you don't. Otherwise you end up with the boiled bunny on your stove, which leaves the place stinky.
Okay. Well, and that's the reason I ask her whatever, because I've thought that too. I'm like, a younger single man. Yeah. And like you said, if I could give her a fake name, spend a couple of hours with a security guard there to make sure that if I dozed off to sleep, that I wouldn't wake up with a fork in my eye.
Right.
Something like that. Okay, good. Just we're on the same page there.
Yes, absolutely.
But real dating of, hey, let's go hang out and maybe we have a romantic relationship.
Then there's words.
Okay,
involved.
gotcha.
See, I would imagine she talks a lot on a date.
If I dated her for a long time, the main threat is she would stab me. The secondary threat is I would stab her.
Yeah.
That's a secondary concern.
Yeah. And then you end up in prison and really nobody wins.
No. So,
although it is life is much easier in prison.
So if you are interested in dating, traditional dating, not just a fling for the evening like Brad's been thinking about, mind in the gutter. You don't want to deal with the crazies, the crazy progressives out there. So WeThePeople.dating has set up a site, a place you can go. WeThePeople.dating that has already weeded out all of the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortezes out there. The crazy people with the crazy eyes that would just either stab you or eventually you would have enough where you would stab them. Just get rid of all those. Whoosh, right off. And everybody at WeThePeople.dating is like-minded. They're conservative or libertarian, somewhere on that spectrum. So right off, you don't have to deal with any of those nuts. You go there, you sign up for an account, try it out today. WeThePeople.dating. Matt Locke met his beautiful wife on a dating site. Maybe you can meet Matt Locke's beautiful wife on a dating site. I don't know.
I did.
I don't know if she's still dating or not. See, Matt met her and went, done. Perfect woman. The search is over.
She's a smart woman, though. She realized she could do better.
I'm not saying she can. I'm saying maybe she said, I'm going to keep looking for an upgrade.
Yeah.
Matt has found the best. Boom. Beautiful, lovely woman. And listen, anyone meets his wife's going to be like, done, search is over.
She's just looking for
found her.
10 fingers and 10 toes. That's all. And so I think she kind of was looking at that as a misleading information.
WeThePeople.dating. Check it out today. WeThePeople.dating. Sign up for an account.
Yeah, DMXDM over on Twitter. Climate change scientists are like weathermen. They're only they're paid more to be incorrect more often. That's so true. That is so true. They and the garbage dump watchers, the Pacific Ocean garbage dump watchers.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, you know.
So I find it hilarious, though, the way that when it comes to climate change, the story, the lines, the claims, everything gets manipulated on a regular basis to serve any need.
Weird how that happens, isn't it?
Oh, right. So when I joke, Al Gore flew somewhere, funny enough, to talk about global warming, and we had a mass snowstorm in June in a place that's normally warm, and I point that out, or just a mass snowstorm in general.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, see, it's not global warming, it's climate change, and one storm does not predict if I mention those things.
Climate change isn't weather. Weather and climate change are two different things.
They always say that. Okay. And then Superstorm Sandy, wow, look at this one storm. That's weather, isn't it? No, it shows how much more severe they are.
Right, yeah.
By the way, I've really gone to this dumb guy voice a whole lot today. This one right here.
Yeah.
It's been my go-to today. I don't know. It's my default today. Why is that?
It's the hat.
That's what it is.
Exactly what it is. Very
By the way, she's going to get elected. You know that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
It'll be gold. It'll be entertaining.
My goal, if I had my way, would be to have 534 members of Congress be staunch, constitutionally minded libertarians through and through.
Be nice.
And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
She'd be like the little cherry on top of the sundae right there.
Listen, there's nothing wrong getting a little show. Listen, we got the business of the country is done. We're good. We're good to go. Ready, everybody? Good to go. All right, what's that, sweetheart? The show starts.
Yep, come on out.
Come on, let's wrap up this bill here, guys. Let's get that vote in because the show's about to start.
Remember, just say whatever comes to mind because that's the best.
You know, we let you speak like 99% of the time. Just it's filibuster. That's what you got to do every day. Wouldn't that be gold?
You know what? A filibuster from her would be worth it. Because she would come up with
my
stuff.
Gosh.
Can you imagine her off the cuff for hours?
I almost swore because we've got to get this done.
That would that would be good.
We've got to plant the seed. Listen.
Wow.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, here's what you need to do. You want to fight this climate thing, we're this serious, or whatever the issue is. You want to get out there, and you want to make a mark for the new social justice wing of the Democrat Party, which by that I mean the Democrat Party. Filibuster.
Yes.
Day one.
Yeah. That would be that would be the gift that kept on giving for days, weeks, months even. Months.
Oh, my mind is all mossy. It's just euphoric with the thought, the possibility that she would speechify that long.
Yeah.
It would be gold.
It'd be like
gold,
winning the lottery.
All right. Get your comments in all across social media, especially MeWe.com. Your comments coming up.
I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me MoJo or give me death. MoJo 50.
Hey guys, it's Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. You know, everyone lives with a little bit of pain, but living with diabetes can be a real pain. While you may have to test your blood sugar and take insulin, ordering your testing supplies shouldn't be one more pain you have to deal with. At least it's not when you work with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to your home when you need them. Gone are the days of visiting multiple stores to find the right strips, waiting in long lines to purchase your supplies, or sorting through your insurance requirements to figure out what they cover. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive saves you time and money. Plus, they're pretty fun to work with, too. So why don't you give Diathrive a chance to show you there's a better way to manage your diabetes? They're so convinced that you'll love their service that they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code MATT, that's M-A-T-T, at checkout. Be sure to head out to the web right now and check these guys out. It's Diathrive.com.
The Conservative Cartel.
Remember when Hillary Clinton said that we couldn't be civil to Republicans until Democrats won back the House and the Senate? I mean, I know that was so long ago, like 3 days ago. Remember when she said we couldn't be civil? Remember when former Attorney General Eric Holder said, Michelle Obama, when they go low, we don't need to go high. When they go low, we need to kick them. Oh, Eric Holder says, you guys, I really didn't mean wink, 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 left, kick them. I didn't mean wink, 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 kick them. I didn't mean physically. Why do you think they did that? I said this on the program, I think Friday or Monday. This is a call to action out of leaders from the Democratic Party. They know they're in trouble. They know the numbers aren't going to be there. They know there's not going to be a blue wave. So what do now? They're calling their followers to action.
Doc Thompson, Brad Staggs, your daily mojo on MoJo 50. Please share that we are here with your friends and family. If you want to know where all you can find us, the live streams, the podcasts, just go to the website, mojo50.com, and I believe it is listed at the top where you can find us. Is that what it's called up there?
Yep. Where to listen.
Where to listen.
So I just go to mojo50.com and I click on where to listen if I want to find out where to listen. Is that, I want to make sure I get this right.
No, it's pretty simple, dude.
Go to, so if I want to know where to listen, I click on where to listen.
That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it works.
All right, I got this straight. Okay, I think even Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez could follow that one. I'm sorry. Oh, look at you. Look at Mr. Ron in there. Huh.
All right.
Yeah.
If you're done with that nonsense. Where to listen at mojo50.com. Please share that with your friends and family as well. One of the great places to listen for the live stream is YouTube, which is nice, right?
If they're listening right now, they already know where to listen. We should be telling this to people who don't know where to listen.
We will do that as well, but maybe they just stumbled across us on social media for the first time.
If you're listening right now, you don't need to know where to listen, so please ignore the where to listen
I've worked with you.
Button.
However, if you'd like to know where the podcasts are.
Well, see, now that's a totally different thing.
You can find out where to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
2.5 hours on the air, and you make me miss my mother-in-law. That's how much fun you've been in.
My ex-wife.
Okay, very good. There is a candidate, or she was a candidate for the House of Representatives from Massachusetts. Her name is Brianna Wu. Did you see Brianna Wu's?
Oh,
did you see her over the weekend?
No.
I'm trying to fully understand this. She was a gamer. And had problems with male gamers, claiming that was kind of a men's dominated thing.
Silly girl.
Say industry, I guess you'd call.
Game with us.
And because of this, she decided to run for Congress because she wanted to crash the party.
That's well.
Now, she lost in the primary. I think, and this is just me, I've just become familiar with her. I remember the story, little bits of it. So I'm admitting right off, I don't fully know the story.
Okay.
But from just the little bits of information I can glean, she lost the primary because she's crazy. So
that could be it.
Even in Massachusetts, they're like, damn, that's okay. Let's just go over here and do this thing, right? Even Massachusetts, like, okay, cuckoo. Right. Now, over the weekend, she was featured on the Huffington Post. They did an article on her, and they shared a little clip of a recent interview. Now, you can go on YouTube and look up her name, Brianna Wu, and you will find countless videos because she was a gamer, and she threw down the gauntlet because some guys had called her out. And she got into this battle with them at some gaming blah, blah, whatever. I don't understand the gaming conventions anyway. And good for her. She stood up to him. and said, I'm not going nowhere.
Right.
Okay, good. Not because she's a woman. Everybody should stand up for themselves. You shouldn't be intimidated based on anything. Good for you. You don't have to be a jerk, but stand up for yourself. Well, then a bunch of people started harassing her, which is wrong.
Harassing. It's harassing.
Thank you. Harassing her. She claims to have even gotten death threats.
That's not good. It's not very nice.
And she stood up to him.
Good.
Good for you. And then she ended up running for Congress. So, as far as that goes, good for her. She's playing that victimization card, which is bad enough. But she made a couple of odd comments in this interview about running for Congress and how difficult it is. And I'm sure it's not. I've always heard candidates say, listen, when you're running for any significant office like that, the worst part is making the phone calls.
Politics are hard.
To donors.
Yeah, but I'm sure, yes, calling and asking for money.
If you see somebody out there stumping, and you see whoever it is, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, whoever it is, and you see them there, here they are, they're at a rally in Louisville, Kentucky, and they're out there doing this or whatever, and they go to the clip, and they show them, and then they moved on, and later that evening, they were in Walla Walla, Washington, whatever, which they really should schedule them closer together.
Yeah, that would be smarter.
Between those events, their day is spent almost exclusively, hi, it's me, can you donate money to my campaign? Hi, it's me, can you donate? They have banks of people, banks of phone lines, people calling out, and then they hand them the phone line, the phone, and they're like, hey, it's me. Oh my gosh, I'm talking to you. And they're like, yeah, I need some money. Can you? Sure enough, hey, thanks a lot. I'm going to put you on hold. They're going to come back and take your $1,000 donation. And this is all they do. It's that, seriously, folks, it is obnoxious how significant the money is in something like this.
One of my versions of hell.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So I get that. But that isn't what she's talking about. Listen, here's Brianna Wu.
One of the things that is most exhausting about running for office are the double standards of appearance that you're held to. There is a certain design language to power that you have to adopt, or people aren't going to take you seriously.
Like wearing pants or...
Okay, I'll say society dictates certain activities and fashions and whatnot. Would you agree?
Yes.
Not limited to politics, though.
No, that's...
Okay, great. All right, here we go.
I spent over $3,000 just on hair alone.
Brad, take a look.
Whoa. She spent... Is that the hair on her head or like her under her arms?
I don't know. Maybe she's not actually sure. Listen, my ass hair looks spectacular.
Yeah,
that needs to be her statement today. Because if it's on that thing,
the thing on her head, that is not.
I mean, I wouldn't pass her walking down the street and look at her hair and go, ah! But I also wouldn't go, oh, $3,000, nice.
Somebody spent some money on that.
Yeah, it's meh, uneventful.
It's hair
at best.
It's flat hair.
She spent $3,000 on that, she claims. So unless it is ass hair or back hair, my back hair is fantastic. It's spectacular. I got a permanent and I have highlights on it as well.
It's braided.
And when you brush across it, very soft.
It's like wind chimes.
Seriously. I've spent over $3,000 just on hair alone. I don't even want to guess how much money I've had to spend on dresses.
Okay, $3,000 on hair.
Over the course of her lifetime? Or like in the last week? Or
right, I haven't spent $3,000. I haven't spent half of that ever in my life, cumulatively.
Yeah, I'm not sure I have either. I don't need to anymore.
$3,000 on hair, Brad. Either you're doing it wrong.
Right, it's that's what I'm thinking.
Like some guys like, no. You're running for Congress. You need the $3,000 haircut.
Yeah, somebody saw her coming.
It's like wedding cakes. Hi, I'd like to get a multi-tiered cake made. It'll be this, that, and the other. Right, it's about $150. Great. Can you put on it? Congratulations. What's the congratulations? Well, it's for a wedding. Oh, yeah, it's going to be $1,500.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
you get the same cake made. It's a fraction of the price. You put wedding on it, or they think price goes up.
Yep.
Okay, what you got here? I'm gonna get your standard cut, blow dry, permanent, whatever. It's gonna be $250. Okay.
Going on the campaign trail though. For
well, we got to add the campaign. There's a haircut. It's $3,000.
Yeah. Yeah, she's.
You want the politician special? Gotcha. That's gonna be a couple of extra dollars.
A lot of hot air is what that is.
If you are somebody who is willing to spend $3,000 cumulative, because I mean, how long did she campaign? A few months, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so if she had it done multiple times, $1,000 each time?
Or $500 6 times.
That's
still
crazy
a lot,
prices.
yes.
That means you should not be a politician. If you think that this thing on your head, possibly on your ass and back, is worth $3,000,
that's
I cannot
crazy.
trust you with my money.
No.
I took a little screen grab snapshot.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and tweet that out.
Wait until you see this. If you haven't seen her, you are in for a treat. You know, there's Farrah Fawcett that didn't have anything on this woman.
No, I think I probably stereotyped with the name.
Wu?
Yeah.
Oh, you thought she was Asian?
And then I went and looked at her.
Well, I would have thought, yes, with a name like Wu.
Maybe she married.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the guy's fault. And by the way, it's W-U, isn't it? It's not
W-U.
W-O-O. So if you're going to look her up, it's W-U.
I just tweeted
I just
it to
didn't
you.
see the $3,000 in the hair. That's
it's.
I mean, I'm serious. I can't get. Please, I need an explanation.
Well, see what they do to give it that fuller body. They use genuine yak saliva. And they have to go to the Himalayas to get to. They actually have to milk the saliva glands of the yaks to massage that into her scalp.
and only an expert can do it.
Yeah, and true. You don't want to. If you're
paying for experience.
Have you ever tried to milk a yak saliva gland as an amateur?
You've not lived till you.
You want to get the full profession.
By the way, if you'd like to join Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs, yak milking saliva expedition, where you too can learn to be an expert and make upwards of $3,000 per hairstyle.
Boy,
we'll have more classes starting just after the first of the year.
Lifelong friends you'll make on this expedition too.
That's
Lifelong
right. And you can't put a price on that.
No,
oh, wait a
you
minute.
can't.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
It's $3,000.
$3,000 just on hair alone. I don't even want to guess how much money I've had to spend on.
Wait a minute. Wait a moment. Shut the front door. She doesn't say on her hair.
Ooh.
Spent over $3,000 just on hair alone.
She doesn't say on
No,
her.
she does
Let's
not
go
say.
back a
Then
little
again,
more.
maybe
Design
she's wearing a
language.
wig.
Maybe she's wearing a wig.
Oh,
Would you pay for that hair?
not at all.
Okay, here we go.
To power
Here,
that
listen.
you have to adopt,
Okay.
or people aren't going to take you seriously.
Okay.
I've spent over $3,000 just on hair alone. I don't even want to guess.
Did she?
She did not say on this hair,
No,
on
she
my
didn't.
hair.
She did not. You're
On
right.
fashion, she said on hair. She could be talking about other people's hair to bribe them. Listen, you vote for me, you get a new haircut. She could mean for lunch. You know those crazy people that eat their own hair or eat hair? They eat chalk?
Yeah.
She's
Cook it in
like
a pie.
Famished when I'm out on the campaign trail.
Have another slice of that hair pie.
Thank you. I am starved. You know, I've spent over $3,000 on hair nourishment. Sustaining me. I was out there and I just thought I was like low blood sugar. So here you go, Miss Wu. I went out and fetched your hair. Thank you. Wow. Woo. A little side question here. People that eat their own hair or hair, are they pissed when they get hair in their sandwich at McDonald's or something? Or are they like, way to go, good?
I think that's my lucky day. There's a hair in my sandwich.
Right.
I think you're.
Hey,
onto
listen,
something.
if there's hair on mine, it's cool.
Did you get hair in your salad? I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take that. Just put that over here.
Is that the cat I hear hacking back there?
Right.
Oh, no. No, that's not.
That's
not
candidate
cat.
Wu. Sorry.
Wow. This,
Right? I've spent $3,000 on hair alone.
We should probably just move on.
And she hasn't said human hair.
No. No, she hasn't. She has not said human hair.
Okay, and dresses.
Much money I've
we're
had
back to
spend
yaks.
on dresses or shoes or or having my makeup done before.
Whoa!
Okay.
Makeup.
No.
Having my makeup done. So you went in and said, here's gobs of money. Give me the Casper. Look at it. She's pasty.
She's if she should demand a refund if she paid for that.
Here's what I want you to do. This is my pathway to victory. Are you guys ready? This is it. They said, pay attention in
Yeah,
here.
listening.
I want everybody in this studio to pay attention because I need you all working on me. First of all, send out for lunch. I want a big bowl of hair. Now, here's how I want my makeup. Ready? I'm going jaundice. That's the look I'm looking for.
Look of the future.
Sickly. Can you go sickly and jaundice?
Yep.
That's the one that's going to bring me sympathy votes.
Yep.
Things. It's exhausting. It feels like a complete waste of time. The Globe did a piece on.
I would say,
Look at that.
I would say the makeup and the hair was a complete waste of time.
And money. And money.
And they did headshots of my male opponents, and standard headshot. They're wearing suits. They look professional. And the picture they take of me was one of me back when I was running a game studio during Gamergate, where I've got bright red anime hair. And
now,
Bright
okay.
red what?
Anime.
It's an art form.
Okay. Well, she is right that they took pictures of her candidates. This one looks more like a press one that they would put on their campaign release.
Yeah.
This one is the guy screaming, and you can't even see he's wearing a suit. He's just yelling into a microphone.
She looks actually better than he does.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. Much better.
Yeah.
So talk about chip on your shoulder.
Honestly, she looks better like that than she does with the
That's what I say.
$3,000 hair. I think she should have stuck with the red anime hair.
Anime hair, and I'm wearing a t-shirt. And there's just such a stark difference in presentation that you look at it and you're like, one of these things is not like the other. And
that's not the first time she's thought that in her life.
went rather viral online, and I think most women could look at this and could tell it was a very clear example of women being held to double standards.
Is that a clear example of women held to a double standard? Sweetheart, listen, as much as you and the other freaks out there, the creatures of the night, as much as you want to pretend that this is society keeping you down, that this is targeted to women and whatever else, no. Society has dictated what society wants. This was not the media.
Something that looks human.
This is it. This is it. And it evolves naturally over time. Again, we're not wearing powdered wigs and knickers anymore. Not most of us in public, other than privacy of our home. But we're not doing these things. It evolves, and that's fine. Look at us. It is standard wear now that you wear T-shirts with slogans and writing on them. Can you imagine if you went back in time during Jefferson, Madison's time, you're like, yeah, I have clothing with writing on it.
Right.
They'd be like, writing on it?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's writing. Oh, you mean like, oh, this is weird, but you mean like profound statements.
No. Like F you.
Oh,
yeah.
And advertisements, for stuff.
As long as that darn John Hancock's not signing your stuff, there's no room for anything else.
Right. It evolves naturally. It's not society keeping you down. I didn't dictate this. You're as much a society as the rest of us. In fact, if anything, societal norms when it comes to fashion is dictated by progressives.
Yeah.
Progressives run the media. I'm not out there saying it. I don't care what you wear.
Nope.
And if you're saying, well, but people wouldn't vote for me if it's not as professional, whatever. Okay. Look professional. You've made decisions. Would I be taken seriously if I went into your little gamer blah bitty blah thing and I was dressed like a stodgy politician?
Right, yeah.
No.
No, nobody would.
Of course not. There are looks. That's the reason you are dressed the way you're dressed there.
Be true to yourself.
To thine own self be true. And that's what she's missing here.
Yes,
I'm tired of the nonsense being perpetrated that this is somehow working against people, that it's keeping women down. Knock it off. Women can run as well. For office, they do run. Some of them succeed, some of them don't. But before you start bitching that women, there's a double standard for women, there's also, or even a double standard when it comes to women dressing in formal wear or in the office. You know what? You're right. Men pretty much just wear a suit.
Yeah.
Right? And that's an advantage we have. Men also, as we've pointed out in the past, do not get to dictate when we have sex.
True. Well, with a partner, yes. That's
right.
Yeah.
I mean, there are all kinds of ways that women have it better than men and have in the past. In today's world, is it better to be a woman or a man? Who gets more attention? Who gets the in a dispute, who gets the benefit of the doubt, the man or the woman? It doesn't even have to be a domestic dispute.
Yeah, it's always.
It's not even close.
Hashtag believe women.
So that's fine. If you want the standard leveled when it comes to that stuff, fine. Then we got to level it across the board.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's what pisses me off about this.
The thing about her, she would have gotten far more attention and probably a little more success if she had just stuck to who she was.
Right.
With the red anime hair. I always thought it was anime, but whatever. She would have gotten far more attention if she had just been who she was. Instead, she tried to be somebody else.
If you find stuff like this frustrating, please sign up for a Patriot Mobile account today. Go to patriotmobile.com/doc or 800-A-PATRIOT. It's patriotmobile.com/doc. They are waiting for you and your account. Every other mobile carrier out there is progressive. They're not just middle of the road. They don't care. Kind of above it all, not taking part. Every other one is progressive. So, do you have a Patriot Mobile account? If you do not, congratulations, you're working against yourself. All of the stuff that frustrates you, you're giving your money to hurt yourself. Yeah. Not good. You want to stop that? Good. First of all, you can stop giving money to them by signing up for a Patriot Mobile account. And then remember, Patriot Mobile gives just a little bit of the money that they make in profits to conservative libertarian causes, candidates. And right now, it's vitally important. Their whole mission is two things: capitalism and promote conservative libertarian causes. They need your help. We need your help. Sign up for a Patriot Mobile account today at patriotmobile.com/doc or 800-A-PATRIOT. Great, amazing deals. You're likely going to save money because they have unlimited talk, text, and data plans for as little as $20 a month. You can get a phone for about $4 a month. Those are iPhones and Androids. You want a better phone or a more current model? Upgrade a little bit. But still, you get nationwide coverage that is as good or as bad as anything else out there. That's always the big concern.
And you're doing something that's good for the country. It's a little something you can do without a whole lot of effort, which it sounds like you're being lazy. But
I mean, this is I know the concern. The concern is, well, what about the coverage? Coverage is great.
Yes.
Customer service, amazing. Just sign up today. patriotmobile.com/doc or 800-A-PATRIOT.
What do you mean it's last call?
All righty, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of your Daily Mojo. But before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. We learned the thing we need to battle the opioid epidemic is stronger opioids.
Yes, that is Washington logic. I love it.
We need them to F you up even more, stronger, longer, faster, harder.
Yes.
That's going to do it. It's going to help it. We learned, like Amy Schumer, I, Doc Thompson, will not appear in any Super Bowl ads.
Right. Yes.
We also learned, like Amy Schumer, I, Doc Thompson, will not star in any Super Bowl ads only because I wasn't asked.
Right. Well, there's that. I mean, yeah, there's that.
But I will. I mean, if you want me to,
Yes.
Patriot Mobile, hey, I'll do the ad for you. I'll do it. We learned Central American caravans are like everyone's New Year's Eve celebrations. Pointless. Pointless.
Truth. Yeah. Yeah.
We learned.
Anticlimactic.
Yes. Pointless.
Pointless. Yeah.
We learned because of political correctness, it's no longer acceptable to say spook. Darky, Peckerwood, and Ebony Love Machine still okay. You can still say all of those, right?
I think so.
You're good if you
I'm
refer to
pretty
somebody
sure.
as a Darky,
Yes,
Peckerwood,
yes.
or Ebony Love Machine.
I think you're totally fine there.
I say, listen,
once. At least once.
I love the Darkies because they are just like Ebony Love Machines. You're good. No one is going to dispute that at all.
Nope.
No fear in your office today. Just bust those out.
Yep.
Finally, I learned that World War II can be summed up as an international fracas with tiger calming.
It's true.
That's
it is
what it's all
absolutely
about.
true.
Brad Staggs, what, if anything, did you learn today?
I learned that long line of people arriving at the U.S. border with Mexico are actually coming to this country to participate in late voting, which happens on November 7th this year. Don't forget, November 7th, Taylor Swift and the rest of her group voting in this country.
Late voting is going to be powerful. That's going to count for a whole lot.
Yes, they don't count those until like the 9th, so wait until you get the results. I learned that if your migrant caravan swells to more than 7,000, please call your doctor or pharmacist. They have new, more effective treatments available. That
Balms, ointments, salves, creams, lotions. They got the whole thing.
Rub some of that
topical.
on your swollen caravan, And really, you'll start to feel better within minutes.
Right.
At least that's what the reports say. I also learned I'll be joining Doc Thompson in his opposition to the unfair treatment of the players of the NFL. I will not, I repeat, not be appearing in any commercials or promotional announcements for the big game unless my agent calls me and tells me that they want me to.
And there's money involved.
Yes, if there's money involved, I'm there.
We can be bought.
Principals be damned. And vice principals as well, quite frankly. I learned you should never leave your inflatable ass alone in the bed of a truck in Kansas City.
Have we forgotten how valuable asses can be? And inflatable ones. Boom.
They
Come on.
double, sometimes triple in value overnight. And again, if they're swollen, you can get a salve for that.
So there's an MIAA out there?
This is an MIAA.
Okay.
Waiting for you to find it. Just keep searching. I also learned I'll be punishing my 11-year-old later by wearing a silky black dress to the backdoor saloon later tonight.
Let's be honest. You're going to be punishing all of us with that. Sorry to interrupt you.
No. I just it's quite all right. I wanted to make sure that my 11-year-old was going to be embarrassed if I just had an 11-year-old. What? I'll still be wearing that silky black dress to the backdoor saloon later tonight.
Okay.
But it'll be just to punish somebody, not me. I'm doing it.
The Blue Oyster Bar?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Brad Staggs, what, if anything, did the listeners learn today?
Well, over on Facebook, Donna learned that her life is perfect. Not only is she able to watch you live this morning, but also Doc is actually not weaseling out of wearing the hat today.
No, nay.
Nay, I say. No weaseling out of the pea hat. The lice, however, are beginning to crawl down the sides of his ears. KZ Wetzel over on MeWe. I really think it's the same person now that I think about it. Someone should ask her who she was before she married her current spouse. To whom are they referring? I don't know. Go to MeWe.com, go to the MoJo 50 radio chat, and you'll find out exactly.
Yeah, by the way, if you didn't understand that last one, you're not alone. I have no idea what he just said.
I said it's an international fracas. How hard is that?
All right.
Monkey calming. That's all. If you can understand that, you can understand anything at all.
Right.
Over on the Twitter, let's see, 1024th spook-tained sleeve. Wow.
No, you can't say spook. You've got to say darky.
Okay, yes.
Or Ebony Love Machine.
If you want to date Ocasio-Cortez, check out her profile on WeTheSocialists.dating. It's WeTheSocialists.dating. And that's one more time is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Nope, doesn't work.
See what happens?
I locked it. There we go.
That's much better.
By the way, the nice thing about when you go to, what was it?
WeTheSocialists.dating.
Yeah, the nice thing about that is they're socialists, so everybody gets some.
Exactly. And imagine when they run out, that's going to be a problem. Spooky Slug.
No,
learned Ortiz, Ocasio-Cortez, spell her name right for crying out loud. Is a genius like Nancy Pelosi and Wile E. Coyote?
Nancy Pelosi.
Wile E.
Super genius. Nancy Pelosi.
Brian Keith learned...
I loved him in Family Affair.
Me too. Ocasio-Cortez cannot filibuster. Speech time is limited in the House.
That's true. You're right.
That's no fun. They should change the rules over in the House.
Right.
I also learned that if the Halloween party can't use the word spook, then nobody can be spooky.
That's a good point.
That goes without saying, I think. And yet we'll say it anyway. Polish-American Jackhole learned, unfortunately, the filibuster was eliminated in 1842 for the House of Representatives. Would have been great, though. We overlook all the other rules. Why can't we just overlook that one, too?
Here's what we need to do. She does like a virtual filibuster in the Senate. Because remember... Alyssa Milano Cookies went and supposedly testified before Congress and about the women's, but she really wasn't there. It was just like 3 or 4 congresswomen who said, "Okay, you can use this little room here, and we'll just film it."
Right.
It was more like a movie.
And then she sat in the back and creeped. That was really creepy when she sat in the back row. Backyard cows hurt less than something. Learn when you steal an inflatable colon, you have to sneak it through the backyard and into the back door so your neighbors don't see.
That's right. You've got to come in through the backyard and then through the back door.
And don't forget, it's rude if you don't.
See, I think what this taught me, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez needs to be a senator.
Yeah. Well, she can do that. Once she's inaugurated, she can just decide she is a senator.
That's right. She said when she's inaugurated. I just realized with our new little format here, working out the bugs, it'll be even cleaner and better tomorrow. Forgot those new numbers on procrastination. I'll get to them tomorrow. What else do we have coming up on the big show tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow, assertive topics and opinions designed to both stimulate and delight the hypothalamus and audiophiles and philosophers worldwide.
What does Matlock have coming up on the Conservative Cartel today?
He's talking about a Dodge Caravan and something about a T-15. I don't know what the Dodge Caravan has to do. Somebody's driving a Dodge Caravan to the border.
Remember, your Daily Mojo is today Iran production. Sic Semper Tyrannis. Good night, Steve Cannon.
Wherever you are.
Anya, now you go home. What did you say it was?
It's a Dodge Caravan driving on.
No, what's his name?
Ron Phillips. That
doesn't sound right.
No, it's
he
Ron
keeps telling me that, but I think he's lying. You know you can't trust him.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, homo